Hey friends, my name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. Welcome to the show. It is Monday, January 22nd. And I can't get this video file to stop playing. There we go. We are going to tear down the Walksnail 75 cinematic rig and put it into a regular plastic frame tonight for more efficiency, more power, more durability, more ducts in view. I flew this some more, and I just I can't find anything that it's really great for. It's not it's not chasing the drift cars anywhere near as well as the lighter weight setups. And then, yeah, it doesn't quite have the power or efficiency to rip around outside. I would rather have it in a regular old Mobula7 ELRS plastic frame with a little tiny bit of duct in view. So, yeah, we're going to do that. I'd done this build before, but it I'd put the Neutron AIO in it, and it blew up like the first time I put power to it, unfortunately. So yeah, this build has been torn apart for a while, and I went ahead and finished this one, and yeah, it's just not. I just can't find anything that this does a really good job with. So yeah, it's got to come apart. I try not to have builds that just kind of sit on the shelf. I try to have stuff that has a specific use that is actually going to get used. So yeah, that's the main plan for tonight. I got a package from Tiny Whoop with some cool stuff that we'll take a look at. We'll do our 6 batteries, and of course this is a Q&A live stream, as they pretty much all are. So ask any questions you've got in the chat, and we will talk through them. Speaking of the chat, Freelojo is first, Bob Bruce, Kevin Sumner, Upside, Frank Nicholas, Mr. Dud, Haters Gonna Hate, David 4F, Johnny Cat, Douglas Otwell, my dad's here, what's up, Dad? Bob Noxious, Brandon Woodford, Northern Tier, Denzel the Terrible, Safe Zone FPV, Bob Noxious is in the house, Walter is here, Mayan Hawk, Brent Anderson, not applicable, Christopher R. Besson, Brad Mondin, Safe Zone FPV, there's Bob Noxious again, Upside again, Christopher R. Besson with a $4.20 super chat. He says, peace and love from Rhode Island to the gangliest of gangs. Thank you so much, Christopher. I really appreciate it. This is a completely crowdfunded operation that I've got going here. Head on over to CiottiFPV.com if you like what I'm doing and want to see it continue. I rely on you beautiful people to keep the lights on in here. Stream schedule with a link to YouTube is right here. Patreon, as it says, helps me out the most. To join my Patreon, you're going to support me at 7.5 cents per hour of live streams that I do on a monthly basis. So that's a pretty good deal. And then if you jump in at the $5 or more tiers, you're going to actually get yourself entered to win some stuff the first Monday of every month. So yeah, Patreon is a great way to support me, but also get yourself some really cool stuff. By joining, you're going to get access to a whole bunch of technical articles that I've written on the Patreon channel. There's a YouTube private playlist you're going to get access to with a bunch of like kind of sketchy flying that I don't really want to be public, and some other fun stuff. Patreon only live streams that we've done, half done edits that are kind of like not good enough for the main channel, basically. Couple of different Facebook groups and full access to my Discord channel. So yeah, all for the low price of 10 cents a day or 7.5 cents an hour. Over on Etsy, I've got some stickers you can buy and some hardware that might help you during your builds. Over on Teespring, I've got some really fun shirts and other random stuff. On Fiverr, there's a couple of gigs that you can hire me to work one-on-one with you on. Or you can just message me. But yeah, I have the gigs all broken out there to kind of give you some idea of the things that I work on with most people to help them out. Which is mainly like flight instruction in the simulator. I set up a room in Velocidrone, and then we jump in there together, and I can spectate you, you can spectate me. There's a stick overlay. It's great. And then tuning and build planning is really the big one that I think I'm really able to save you a lot of time and money on. I've, over the last 8 years, I've bought a lot of components that catch on fire. So I can help you out, and so that you don't do that, right? You don't waste $80, $90 on an ESC that just goes up in flames and roasts the rest of your build the first time you put power to it. PayPal if you want to support me directly without YouTube taking 30% from the super chats. And then I've got a whole bunch of affiliate links here. At this point, if you're buying anything on the internet, someone has some content creator somewhere has that you probably has an affiliate link to that website. So see if you can find it before you check out. It's free money for those of us that have those set up, and it only takes you a couple of minutes. You can even, if you use bookmarks, you can change your bookmarks over to your favorite content creators' affiliate links so that you don't have to think about it, right? Every time you go to Weebly, you just click your bookmark and it automatically drops somebody's code into your shopping cart. So yeah, I have affiliate links for Weebly, Newbie Drone, FPV Cycle, Amazon, GetFPV, Oh My God, Brain 3D, HDZero, Flywoo, Emacs, Banggood, Camera Butter, and AliExpress. So yeah, that's a completely free the way that you can support me. I greatly appreciate it. You guys are really, it's insane that that we've been able to do this. So thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. YouTube did the thing. Hold on, I'm trying to find where I was. Kevin's. Oh, I don't remember. I'm gonna repeat a million people. Everybody that I forgot, sorry for forgetting you. Come to the next stream, and I won't break that. I've always. Now I know why I've always gone all the way through the chat, because that's the only way to remember the duplicates and not call people's names 18 times in a row. So yeah, I'm gonna miss a bunch of people tonight. I'll get you next time, I promise. If you want to talk directly to me in the chat, all you gotta do is type CiottiFPV and it'll light up an orange like this, and then I'll read your chat comment. If you don't tag me, I'll give you your privacy, because maybe you're talking smack and you want me to not see it. That's fine. You're allowed to have your own opinion. Bob Bruce tagged me and said, "What's up, Gangles? Haters gonna hate." Just did his first Gorilla Whoop session in a Walmart. It was so cool. That's awesome. Did you get kicked out or did you get away with it? I have to assume that you did away with it if because tiny whoops are so quiet. It's and I just don't think anybody cares. Johnny Cat says, "Hi, Gangly Gang." Bob Noxious says, "What's up, fam?" Brandon Woodford says, "What's up, everyone?" Brad Mondin says, "Does HD have to left-hand circular polarize? If not, why is that the popular choice?" No. The answer is no. There's nothing about HD that benefits left hand versus right hand. Basically, what happened is that when DJI first came out with their original HD system, they included left-handed circular polarized antennas, and then everybody else just kind of did it. In theory, maybe they did it to be kind. I would like to think that they did it to be kind to analog pilots that were all on right-hand circular polarized. But I guess maybe they did it to sell more antennas. Although, DJI doesn't really sell antennas, so I don't know. Maybe they... I have a hard time believing. If you're a conspiracy theorist, you could maybe think, which I am not, you could maybe think that DJI got together with all the antenna manufacturers and said, "Hey, I have a great way of you guys making a whole bunch of extra money. But I don't think that's actually what happened. I think that at some point they realized that their system is going to just stomp all over analog, and going with left hand would make that situation a little bit less awful. It's pretty awful. You really can't, like, you have to have so much separation anyway that I'm not convinced that it really helps at all. So yeah, I certainly wish that from day one with HD I had swapped it over to right hand so that I could have everything be on right hand. So if you're just diving into HD, my recommendation is going to be to sell the antennas that whatever you buy comes with, if they're left-hand circular polarized, and buy right-hand antennas for your HD stuff, so that you don't have to play this stupid game of, I have an extra antenna, but it's right hand, so I can't use it for any of my HD shit. I have to do a whole separate order to get an antenna for that. Yeah, it's kind of annoying, but there's nothing about HD systems that make them work any better on left-hand circular polarized antennas. Upside says, good evening. Upside also says, most of my whoops are backwards. All of mine are backwards at this point. CMYKFPV says, yo. Steve Woodruff says, finally made an FPV YouTube channel. Very cool, dude. Congratulations. Now start filling it up with stuff so that we can all watch it. Everybody go give Steven his first bunch of subscriptions. How do we find it, Steven? Put yeah, tell us what to search for to find it. Denzel the Terrible says, answer your dad's emails already. Am I good lord, I have 157 unread emails. What the hell happened? I just cleared my... Okay, well, those are from the last 3 days. That explains it. I was going to say I just cleared my emails out the other day. And I did, but... Good God. I gotta figure out how to deal with this. Kevin Sumner dropping the CiottiFPV.com link. Thank you, dude. Brad Mondin... YouTube just did the thing. Scrolling back up. Brand Bodden says, I know you probably won't remember this, but just thought I'd throw it out there. My name is pronounced Munden. Okay, gotcha. Brad Munden. I might remember. I might. Prop Junkie says, you okay tonight, buddy? You don't quite sound yourself. I'm not feeling great tonight. I'll be okay, though. We'll be all right. Sorry, guys. 1B says, have you ever used the Walksnail VRX? If so, what were your impressions? I have not, but I have used the HDZero one, and let me look something up. Let me look up if the Walksnail one is lighter than this. We're gonna go Walksnail VRX, and then we're gonna go HDZero VRX. I have to assume that. So I have the older one, but I have to assume that the older one is gonna weigh. Oh yeah, you know what? There's not gonna be any. It was wishful thinking. They're not going to give weights on these. This is not... Like, you don't put these up in the air. So, I'll be damned. Okay. I was wrong. Okay, so, the HDZero one is 85 grams. There it is. And the Walksnail one is okay. Let's just try it again. What the hell? What? Why? Okay. I don't think RDQ is going to give me the weight. Look at Joshua. Well, maybe they'll give the... I thought they might have given... Here we... Oh, no, that's the cam... Wait, what? There's a... It comes with a camera? That's... Oh, okay. Here we go. Nope, that's not a weight. Yeah, no, RDQ's not giving the weight. I've just sort of been assuming that... Here we go. I've been assuming that they basically weigh the same. Okay, and it looks like I may have assumed correctly here. 85 grams, 83 grams. Yeah, okay. All right, so as long as the as long as the new HDZero VRX is not significantly lighter than this first gen one, and I don't know why it would be, right? Like, it's a couple of patch antennas, a couple of SMAs, one or two boards. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see a world where the new one would be significantly lighter, or any lighter than this one. This is super heavy, and extremely uncomfortable. Like, all of this extra, like, weight all the way up front here, right? Like your forehead sits here, and then you've got this weight like all the way out there. It tries to pull the goggles like off my face, and so what happens is, like, down here, the bottom part of the goggles here push really hard here, and you know, maybe I'm just a wussy, but like, it's just super uncomfortable and like not a great flying experience. So, which is really a shame, because like, this is such a, I mean, it's kind of Doc Brown looking, but still, like, this is such a nice combo to have the VRX piggyback on like a set of Fat Sharks like this, or just another set of goggles, right? Like, it's just infuriating that we've now got 6 video systems: analog, HDZero, Walksnail, old DJI, new DJI, 5. I don't think there's a 6. So I think it's just 5. But like, yeah, you know, you really notice this at Rampage. Rampage, the first Rampage 5 years ago? No. Was the first Rampage 5 years ago? I think it was 4 or 5 years ago. It was just analog, and like, at the flight lines, everybody would watch each other, just like it used to be when you would go out and fly with people. Like, at any time, anybody could tune in and watch anybody else. And then there was a year where there was no Rampage, and then it came back the following year when DJI had just, old school DJI had just kind of popped up, and you could, like, it was split. There was like a 50%, there were basically 50% less people, or 50% less chance, or I don't know, whatever, that you could watch people. So there were less people that would like watch each other. And then the following year of Rampage, which is now 2 years ago, at the event, they launched what we now know as Walksnail, but nobody really had it. But like, loads of people had by that point gone over to DJI, and And then last year, it was crazy. Like, last year, for the most part, nobody really watched each other on the flight lines, because there was a 20% chance that you had the same video system as whoever was flying. And it's crazy. And it's different, man. Like, there's like we used to like cheer each other on, and like, you know, you could see who it was up in the corner, and you could like you could like watch one person and then change channels and watch somebody else, and then jump to another channel and watch somebody else. And it was like flight lines were more of like kind of a, nah, that's not right. I was gonna say more of like a community thing, but that's not the right word. It was it was more of a shared experience in a weird way. Whereas now it's that's that's unique. That makes those bigger events like super unique, right? Like, usually you can find a pilot or two that you can go out and fly with in your area, and that's great, and that's like really cool having like somebody else there that you can spectate and whatnot. It's totally different when there are like 10 or 15 or 20 people doing that on a flight line, right? And it was, and like now we're back to the way it was before. That like, not the way that it was before. It's back to like where it's almost like you're just going out and flying with like one or two other people, which, yeah, I mean, I guess that's just sort of normal. How did I get here from goggle things? Yeah, these modules in my experience are super uncomfortable, and after like 2 batteries, I had to take these off when I was testing HDZero, and I'd have to take a break. I tried cranking the strap really tight, and that sort of helped, but it sort of just pushed it even harder into here, but then it also kind of spread some of the weight out up here. What this whole thing really did was make me understand why the DJI helmet is the DJI helmet, right? Like the giant old school DJI goggles, like they're really big, and it made me realize that they're heavy, and it's kind of spreading the weight out. So yeah, could you do? I guess not. I was just thinking, could you do an old school? I think that would be the best setup. Would be an OG set of DJI goggles, the V1s or the V2s, with one of these modules on the front, because again, it's the bigger goggle, so it's gonna kind of spread the weight out. But yeah, I don't know. For me, like these smaller framed goggles, right, that we all love so much because they're smaller and they fit in your bag easier and they're lighter and they don't look quite as dumb as the DJI helmet. These goggles with the module on the front is yeah, it's a no-go from me. Which, yeah, I hate that. Like, I wish there was, I don't know. I was about to say I wish there was a way to lighten this up, but like that doesn't make any sense. Technically, I guess you could like mount this on a tripod and then run wires to your goggles, and then, but I don't know about that. And I mean, I don't think there's really like, I'm pretty sure that there's not a 1/4-20 mount or something like that on the bottom of those modules. So yeah, I just, is it just me? Like, has anybody else had this experience? I feel like it's just me. I feel like I'm the only one that's has tag. If you've gone down that road and you find those modules to add too much weight to the front of goggles, for the love of God, tag me in chat and say, yeah, me too. It's super uncomfortable, please. Or maybe not. Could totally just be me. Other than that, other than comfort, it's great. You know, it's going to output video to the goggles, and then the goggles just have to take that video and display it. I don't think there's a latency penalty. Does anybody know if there's a latency penalty? I haven't. How have I not heard that talked about? Is it just because it's so obvious that there isn't one? Maybe. If there's a latency penalty, somebody tag me, because that would be another kind of deal breaker. Because with the HD systems, we already sacrifice latency. So to then compound that would not be great. But, I mean, the thing is, those VRXs, compared to buying a whole new set of goggles, those VRXs are extremely inexpensive. You know, the Walksnail one is what, $200? Walksnail Avatar VTX. Yeah, $219, right? Like, and then you just piggyback them on a set of goggles that you've already got. Although you can get the Walksnail. Was the question about? Yeah, the question was about the Walksnail VRX. Rotor Riot is selling the Fat Shark Walksnail goggles really cheap. $380, and if you join, here's a little secret. If you join their, well, there you go. If you join Quad Crew, there's a $80 discount on them to bring them down to $300, and joining Quad Crew is not super. Okay, it is a little expensive. Okay, I didn't realize that. Well, if you were gonna buy a Rotor Riot sweatshirt and or the lanyard, I guess this becomes less expensive. But what I was gonna say is Quad Crew is probably not all that expensive, and you can probably get the Quad Crew thing for less than the $80. Less than the $80 discount here, right? But apparently not. That's my bad. At last year's Rotor Riot, I won the micro edit thing, and part of the prize was a year Quad Crew membership thing. So I didn't realize this was $150. So sorry for that. But yeah, if you know somebody with the Quad Crew membership thing, I guess you could have them buy you a set of these Fat Sharks for $300. I mean, what I will say is that I would absolutely rather pay $300 for a set of those Fat Shark goggles than $220 for this piggyback jobber. That's just me, though. You do you. But in terms of like performance and everything, it seems like it's really good. Minimum delay of 22 milliseconds. Yeah, they don't specifically talk about. I mean, of course they wouldn't, but Morton Upshot says, I sent you an email for the cockroach. Looking forward to it. Thanks. I will get caught up on my emails tonight, Morton. I'll get it out to you tonight. And we're gonna do another group of giveaways courtesy of Newbie Drone tonight for the cockroach frames, and they're also doing a bunch of giveaways for propellers, but I need to double check on how that's gonna work. Hold on, let me. Come on, Facebook, don't be like this. Okay. Kelvin. Come on, come on, come on. All right, so it is. Okay. Oh wait, no. Here we go. Here we go. Here it is. Giveaway code for. So yeah. Giveaway code for all the propellers, Azzy and Venom, all sizes. Do. Okay, yeah, I gotta clarify with Kelvin what the is the prop discount. Okay, I might have an answer for you by the end of the stream. By the time we do the giveaways. But yeah, we're gonna do a couple of giveaways tonight, and then we're also gonna do, courtesy of Frank Nicholas, a T-shirt giveaway for this very, very cool Brain 3D shirt. I didn't even know this existed. I wish this was a medium because I would totally keep it. But yeah, really, really cool Brain 3D 3D printer shirt in size. I'm gonna say that this is an extra large, just kind of looking at the width of it. So yeah, we're gonna do this around 11 o'clock. So 20-ish minutes from now, we'll do a giveaway for this shirt, and then we'll do some separate giveaways for. Okay. Okay. So Kelvin literally just got back to me. So any bag of props, right? So the prop giveaway is just quantity 1 of any of the newbie drone props. So yeah, that'll be very fun. So that's coming up. I made a mess over here. Hold on. We'll just put that over there. So, hang on. Let me dive back into the chat here. Morton Upshot says, no, we got that. Free Lojo dropping the Patreon link. Thank you, dude. Demo FPV says, what's up? Frank Nicholas says, all HD will come with left-hand circular polarized. Why sell it all and buy new just to be all on right-hand circular polarized when your other accept antennas can't be involved? Most of the included antennas with the HD systems are not all that great. And there's... All right, yep, Kelvin confirmed. And yeah, there are some significant performance improvements to be gained from swapping off of... I think the worst offender is Walksnail. The Walksnail... The antennas that you get with Walksnail VTXs are notoriously pretty shitty. It's not limited to them, though. What did those BetaFPV antennas come with? The BetaFPV circular polarized antennas, I also remember, did terrible in the testing that I saw long ago. What the hell would a BetaFPV left-hand circular polarized antenna come with, though? They were the blue ones. I guess they were just separate antennas that you bought. Yeah, I don't know. DJI antennas, I don't think are that bad. There were, I don't know if there still are, but there were a number of DJI products that actually came with True RC antennas. They were the... Is this one of them? No. They were the wild... Wait, no. The wild cherries were Rush antennas, but I think maybe the Rush... I think the Rush antennas were made by True RC. I wish I had one because it literally had the logo on it. But yeah, the DJI antennas were not terrible. But yeah, that and so I mean, Frank's not wrong. Um, it does kind of make everything more expensive. I wasn't. Yeah, I don't know. For me, like when I get anything HD out of the box that has an antenna in it, I put the antenna aside and I just have a big old bag of them. And then I replace them with true RC antennas because they just work so much better. And you know, with for me, like the biggest problem that I have with the HD systems is the latency. Which is tied into signal strength. When the signal strength gets worse, the latency gets worse. So personally, it's just really important to have the best possible antennas on everything HD related so that I can get latency that is somewhere near what I'm used to from analog. I have been staggered at how many people I've heard over the last few months talking about going back to analog because of latency. It's kind of crazy. On one hand, I sometimes feel like I've kind of gotten used to the extra latency in HD systems by now. But then sometimes I'll go back and fly an analog rig and be like, holy shit, like it's sometimes really, really noticeable. So yeah, I don't know. It's the debate still rages, you know, at a time where in the last like week, I swear to God, I've seen 3 separate YouTube thumbnails saying analog is dead or is analog dead. And meanwhile, you know, I'm getting messages from people and just seeing you guys talking in chat about swapping back to analog because you can't. The latency is driving you crazy on HD. So yeah, I don't know. Lots of other benefits to analog as well, right? It's lighter, it's cheaper. I still think it's more reliable in a way, like, but it's like digital does seem to give better range, like at, you know, like at, it's hard to, like, you get an analog VTX that's 1 watt and you turn it on to 1 watt. You get an HD VTX that goes up to 1 watt. You unlock it and you set it to 1 watt. They're not. It's not that easy. And so I don't know if we've ever gotten like a true apples to apples comparison, but it kind of doesn't matter, right? Like technically there are analog receivers that go up to like 2 watts and 2.5 watts, but like, I don't know. I don't really think that they're realistic on like freestyle rigs. And so realistically, I think like a TBS Pro 32 at either 800 or I feel like with analog 800 milliwatts to 1 watt is like the realistic max for most VTXs that we're going to get from like reputable companies that are going to be really reliable. And then with HD systems, it's kind of similar, like 700. Like I only really run the HD systems at 700 because I've heard that's like the safe maximum. And the way that RF works, if you go from 700 to 1400, you don't get twice the range. You would have to go from, like, you have to square the power to get twice the range. So like the difference in range between 700 and 1000 is not that big, right? So I just run the digital systems all at 700. It certainly seems like the digital systems get more range at their maximum power output versus analog setups. So there is an increase in range there, but the analog systems, the way that they break up is much more predictable. So I consider the analog systems to actually like be more reliable in this weird way, even though like I can't get that little bit of extra range. Getting that little bit of extra range from a digital system puts you into a situation where if you go a little bit too far, it completely blacks out. And that's way worse than an analog system slowly going into so much snow that you can't see where you're at, and then bringing it back real quick and it instantly becoming flyable again, right? Like with analog, when it goes from not flyable, when it goes from barely flyable to not flyable, you can very quickly fix that situation. With digital, you can't. When you cross that line with digital, you're waiting, what, 5-6 seconds for it to come back? If it comes back, I've never had it come back. Like, I've had DJI black screen on me 3, maybe 4 times, and it has not come back. Like, I have had to walk and get the quad. So yeah, I consider analog to be like more reliable in that way. That's a weird word to use though, especially when you take into consideration that like it feels like you can throw a vista off of a fucking building onto the concrete and it'll just laugh at you. Like, so in terms of like the reliability of the hardware, I'm actually constantly impressed by the HD systems, which makes sense. You know, they sell for a lot more money, so it would make sense that we would get some extra quality control out of them, right? So yeah, there's that. Where were we? Harmless Adam says, here it is. Here what is. That was at 10:23. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Sorry, brother. Tag me again and let me know what is here. Blah says, so analog antennas will work on digital. Absolutely. There's nothing different about digital systems in the way that antennas work. It just happens to be that DJI went with left-hand circular polarized rather than right-hand. I mean, hell, on the new DJI stuff, they're putting linear antennas in them, which are not left or right-hand circular polarized. They just blast. They're not polarized. So yeah, the new DJI stuff has basically these. It's basically got these shitty little whip antennas inside of the goggles, which is, I mean, it's not exactly this, but this is a linear antenna, which is crazy. Like, especially when you consider the range that you get from them, it's just wild. They must be. Yeah, they don't tell us what the output power is, but it has to be like absurdly high. But yeah, analog antennas will work on digital as long as you match up right-hand circular polarized on your goggles with right-hand circular polarized on your quad. What you don't want is left-hand on your goggles, right-hand on the quad, or vice versa. That will lose you performance. What you can do, though, is put linear antennas on the quad. A linear antenna on the quad is not left or right-hand circular. It's just kind of everything. It just has no polarization. And a linear antenna works fine with either left hand or right hand. It doesn't work quite as good, but it works better than... So worst case scenario is left hand mixing with right hand. A little bit, not a little bit better, significantly better is a linear antenna with either right hand or left hand. Wait, no. So there's a fourth option, right? So worst is right with left. Hold on, I gotta think about this. Yeah, right. Okay. So worst is right with left. Better than that is linear with linear. Yeah, I forget, actually. I forget if linear... Hold on. I know this is going to drive you guys fucking crazy. It probably already has been. Sorry about that. I forget. I forget which is better. Linear with linear versus linear with either right or left-hand circular polarized. I think... I forget. I forget which is better there. But those two combos are in the middle of the performance, and then the best possible performance is right hand with right hand or left hand with left hand. I think that linear with either right hand or left hand is better than linear with linear. But don't quote me on that. Someone smarter than me in the chat will almost certainly put the right answer. This community of folks that hang out and chat here is wonderful. And yeah, I feel like every single time I'm not 100% sure about something, somebody in the chat gets it absolutely dead on the money. So right now, somebody is giving the good answer in the good info in chat right now. Morton Upshot says, love the VRX on Skyzone 04L. Not even the 04X. Great way to dip your toes into digital. They hooked me. What's the Skyzone 04L? I don't know what that is. Skyzone 040, 04X, 04L. There they are. Skyzone 04L. What are these? Skyzone Sky 0... Oh, they have all of them. What the hell? 04X, 04X Pro. All right, so they don't have the... so I guess the Skyzone 04L are the very first ones that they came out with. These look like a pretty narrow, sort of like standard narrowness goggle. Yeah, you can kind of tell here. Like this is like fat shark shaped goggle housing. So all right, maybe it is just me. Maybe the uncomfortability. Yeah, maybe it's just me. All right. Anybody else have experience with the VRXs on the front of goggles being totally fine or uncomfortable? Lights Camera Coffee says, since the Caddx Moonlight 4K seems to be the regular VTX and a separate DVR, any plans to get the camera and DVR for a naked cinema rig build, maybe 75mm? The Caddx Moonlight is really interesting. I watched Ian's review. Ian being Mads Tech, and it's super interesting. I mean, unquestionably, like the 4K out of this, as always, like it as usual, as so like so GoPro, as an example, so when you compare like GoPro cameras to Insta360 Go cameras, the Insta360 stuff never quite has the white balance figured out. They're over sharpened. They're, in the grand scheme of things, they're just like not as refined. And with camera technology, like that refinement is really important. You know, like digital cameras have been out forever, and like the digital cameras that we have nowadays from Canon, from Sony, from Nikon, they are phenomenal, and they are extremely refined. Companies like Insta360 Go, Caddx, that are trying to make, it's a weird word to use here, but like cinematic-ish cameras, they have an impossible task of trying to catch up with GoPro and DJI, who've just been doing it for longer, right? Like, DJI has been making photography drones for taking professional quality images for like 15 years, right? The original Phantom came out forever ago, and that had a great camera on it. So the walks, from what I saw in Ian's footage, and for how big and heavy this looks and seems to be, I can't really, other than the price, like the price is really killer on this. $190 for this versus the 04 system at, the 03 system at, what is it, 260? That's incredible. Like that's a really, really, really big deal. And this is very low light. The fact that this is a moonlight camera and it comes with this really cool ND filter, like, that's awesome. But yeah, if I'm gonna build a rig to pick up, what's this weigh? I think it weighs pretty much exactly what the 03 system weighs. There it is, 38.5 grams, right? So if I'm gonna if I'm gonna pick up 38.5 grams, it's gonna be an 03. Like, it just, this just doesn't look good enough. This is stuck in the middle. I would rather build a regular 1080 Walksnail rig, which looks really decent for what it is, and it's extremely lightweight, or I would rather go all the way the other direction and pick up an 03 air unit. Landing somewhere in the middle, I can't justify, other than the price, which is a big deal. Like, but I would personally rather spend the extra $70 on the 03 system, because it just looks that much better. Watch Mads Tech's review and you'll see exactly what I mean. He just put it out a couple of days ago, and he's got great flight footage with both of them. The Walksnail Moonlight kit looks really good for what it is. It looks really good for something that Caddx has made, in the same way that all of the Insta360 cameras look really good for something that Insta360 made. But whenever GoPro or DJI make a camera that's the same weight and or form factor, they always look significantly better. They cost more, and sometimes they have less features, but personally, the quality of the image and the video and whatnot is the most important. And so, yeah, I hope to hell that I really hope that you can maybe just go into the settings. I didn't hear him really talk about this or dive into it at all. I kind of fast forwarded through bits of the video though. I wonder if you can chill the sharpening out in the Walksnail Moonlight kit in the settings. The over sharpening is the worst offender of this. The colors being off, you can fix in Premiere or DaVinci Resolve or whatever you use. The over sharpening is the biggest problem. You can't fix that. Like that is just not. I mean, technically you can fix it. You can just add noise reduction, but it doesn't look right. Taking an like once an image has been over sharpened, it's kind of game over. You can improve it a little bit. Basically, when an image is over sharpened and then you soften it up, everything gets softened up. Like the stuff that you want to be like a normal sharpness then becomes fuzzy and not sharp. So yeah, it's not, that's not a good solution. So yeah, I'm kind of disappointed by this, but maybe with some settings and some other stuff, you can bring this back to life. I'm gonna watch everything on YouTube that comes up surrounding the Walksnail Moonlight kit, and hopefully someone with a little bit more cinematography background dives into it and plays around with the settings to see if you can get a little bit more realistic kind of quality out of it. So yeah, I mean, and there are some other really weird things about this Moonlight kit, like the little there's like a little cable that you have to use like as a jumper on the side of it in order to update the firmware. I think it's just to update the firmware, so it's not a total deal breaker. It's just kind of annoying. I don't know. It's super interesting, but until I see someone else kind of figure out how to make the 4K image look a little bit better, I'm not super interested in it. Mainly because of the weight. It's just so goddamn heavy. But it does really justify why the 03 system is so heavy, right? Like the processing power required to deal with 4K, it just takes a big brick. So yeah, I don't know. I would love though for it to be really good, because it's a Moonlight kit, and that is something that the 03 system has not even touched, right? Like they don't seem to be letting anyone else make cameras for their setup, and they only have the one camera, and low light is the one thing that it really sucks at. You know, I'm now that there's the Cosmo Streamer box for either $300 or $400 to take the 03 goggle output and put it into HDMI. I'm really tempted to move the live streaming builds over to 03 VTXs and cameras, but the Aniston cycle racing event, and there's another cycle race in Colorado that they were going to bring me out to last year, but then at the last second the budget kind of fell through. That's a full-blown night race, and the Aniston race goes pretty deep into sunset. The 03 system is going to struggle really, really bad. Like the first year that I did that Aniston race, Aniston is in Alabama, I actually stopped flying halfway through the men's race because it got so dark on vistas, which are really good in low light, that I didn't really feel comfortable flying, and they were totally cool with that. And so in that scenario with the 03 system, I wouldn't have been able to fly the men's race at all in that case, because the 03 system is significantly worse than the Vistas when it comes to low light. So this Walksnail kit, being a Moonlight, very low light capable camera, is incredible. Especially because I've now realized that I can output video from the Walksnail goggles, I just have to. It doesn't have like a clean output, but I think I can maybe just turn all of the OSD elements off to get a relatively clean output, or just leave like the bare minimum of OSD and then shrink it. It allows you to shrink your screen down a little bit. So I could shrink my screen down a little bit so that the OSD elements are not on it, and then in the TV truck they can just crop in a little bit. That's what they did the first year that I flew for them, when I didn't know how to get the DJI logo off the bottom corner. They just cropped in a little bit to crop that logo out. So yeah, we'll see. This is the Walksnail Moonlight kit is really, really interesting. I just think maybe it needs some R&D from us, from us FPV donkeys, right? So we'll see. I'm keeping my eye on it, big time. Any plans? Good question, Lights Camera Coffee. Thanks for asking that, brother. I'd forgot. I wanted to talk when after I watched Ian's video the other day. I meant to talk about it on the stream, but I just completely forgot. Demo FPV says that's why I got rid of the DJI V1 goggles. I hated the weight on my face. Yeah. Denzel the Terrible says the only solution for heavy goggles is the top of head strap like the DJIs came with. Yeah. Yeah. And like trying to... well, I guess you could. Well, that's interesting. You know, I didn't even... I guess I did notice it, but I haven't thought about it. On the HDZero fan plate here, there is an extra little bit of plastic. There it is. You can see it against my big dumb forehead. So yeah, if you could find a 3-strap head strap, you could kind of do that. Does the Walksnail have that? Oh, it's gonna be on the fan. It's gonna be on the fan plate, not on the... How is a Google link to get FPV not working? What is that about? Does this... How do they expect you to mount this? Does this not come with... Does it not come with a plate? Like a fan cover plate? Surely they give you a way to mount it out of the box, right? Here it is. That looks like that's it. I mean, this is a 3D drawing, so maybe it's not in there, but it doesn't look like there's another... there's a strap loop thing here, but there's probably files on Thingiverse where you could print a fan cover for this that maybe has that top strap slot thing going on. Maybe. Jesus, come on, YouTube. Hold on. Trying to find my place again. Oh, I'm really behind. Okay, I gotta go fast to get through this. Wait, I can't really do the giveaways until I'm caught up, because the giveaways are gonna completely clog up the chat. So I gotta really blast through these. Oh my god, I'm way behind. Do me a favor, hang on to your questions for a little bit here, until I get somewhat caught up, if you don't mind. Sorry, guys. Still trying to find where I was. There we go. Ethan W says, got a set of V1 Avatar goggles, way better than the stupid VRX. Plus the goggles are like a white McLaren 750S. Yeah, the old school. It's weird to call them that because I just got them like 6 months ago. But yeah, the old school Avatar goggles are really, really nice. I'm really blown away by them. Frank Nicholas says modules are a pain in the ass. Now we're talking. Kevin Sumner says, I was just saying that HDO2 plus HDZero VRX was far less comfortable than the HDZero goggles alone that I upgraded to. Yeah, for sure. All right, so it's not just me. Good. Meldritzkin says, sort of the opposite of what you said, but I got so sick of the analog tumor on the side of the DJI goggles that I bought a set of Sky Zones for analog. Yeah, it like, you know, it's like every single time that there's a multi every time that there's something to make goggles work with more than one video system, it's like a mess, right? Like the big DJI goggles had the DigiView adapter to make them work with analog, and it was a mess. There was like it was like a tumor on the front, like Metal just said, and there was like a latency issue, and it was just like everybody I talked to that had that setup was like, yeah, it technically works, but it's a pain in the ass. Although HDZero got it somewhat right with their goggles. The only problem being that the analog module sits all the way on the side at like a 90-degree angle. So then, like, you know, you would like to get your antennas facing forward, you're gonna have to run like an extension and then a 90-degree. It's just why couldn't they have? I'm sure I'm sure there's good reason for it, but I really wish that they'd figured out a way to put the analog at a 45-degree angle. I'm sure they tried, but yeah, it's like nobody can quite get it right. I like the Goggles X, like, man, before the Goggles X came out, it hurt. I was so excited. Like, it really seemed like they were going to be Walksnail goggles with analog built in. And boy, are they not that. Yeah, I don't get it. Like, I don't get why why there's not. I just don't get it. I don't get why the Goggles X don't just have an analog receiver built in. Like, come on now. Yeah, it just seems kind of nutty to me. But what do I know? I'm sure if it was easy, they would have done it. Bob Noxious says, I ran the Sharkbite VRX on some Attitude V6s. It weighed a little more than the HDZero goggles, so yeah, the weight sort of sucked. Okay, fair enough. Kevin Sumner says, no latency penalty for putting HDMI out. HDZero goggles have a very small latency on input. Goggles X have huge latency penalty. Yep, Kevin Sumner getting at the main problem with Goggles X. Like, not only do the Goggles X not have analog built in, but if you use analog on them, there's a massive latency penalty. And like, latency is the reason, not the only reason, but it's the main reason that we suffer through the shit video quality of analog, right? So like, with any latency penalty on analog, it's like, well, fuck it, I'll just buy a cheap set of used Fat Sharks off Facebook Marketplace, and away we go. So yeah, so that's good. No latency penalty for HDMI out. That's great. I had a feeling, but every time I think something's true without knowing it for sure to be true, I get it wrong. Morton Upshot says, true. I had to crank the head strap a little tighter, and I have to find the pressure point on forehead, on your forehead, and a little latency penalty. It's good to know, though, that not everybody is as sensitive to the uncomfort of having the module on the front. I need to be a little bit more open-minded about that. I have in the past said, like, don't get the module because it will be uncomfortable. And yeah, I need to be saying, like, in my opinion and in my experience, it's uncomfortable, but if you have less nerve endings in your face, maybe you're fine. Martin Upshuts, no, we got that. Ethan W says, there is some extra latency depending on the goggle that you use. Interesting. Frank Nicholas says, goggle modules latency penalty is determined by the goggle input and electronics. Cool. Okay. So the module itself doesn't have a latency penalty. The goggles might. Cool. Nate Adams says, it depends on your goggles. HDZero is the only goggle that supports 90 frames per second over HDMI, depending on the goggle. The HDMI latency can vary a lot. Madstech and Bardwell both have videos. Yeah, that's something that Madstech talked about in whatever that video was that I watched his the other day. Is that, yeah, the 90 to get the decrease in latency from 90 frames per second. There are only a couple of specific setups that will do that, essentially. Upside says, Friday equals analog equals, man, you don't need DJI, it's windy and rainy, and you ain't got shit to do. What does that mean? Friday equals analog equals... I'm missing something here. Sorry, brother. He says also, well, that's me to be true. I think what Upside's saying is it analog for life. Lights Camera Coffee says, I keep hearing about the cheap avatar goggles, but nobody mentions they don't seem to come with antennas. So at least another $50. I'll still probably get a pair, but it's another factor. Do they not come with antennas? I thought they came with the little... Everything's coming up with Goggles X. I thought they came with the little Walksnail stubbies. Yeah, no, they come with antennas. Oh wait, is that what the cheaper is that how they're selling them for cheaper? The price went down on the old Walksnail avatar goggles at some point recently, and is that why the price went down? Did they start taking the antennas off of them to bring the price down? Oh, there you go. There are the gray Walksnail avatars for $350. It's going to take forever to ship. TBS ships from overseas, so it's going to take a couple of weeks to get to you, from what I remember. But this looks like it comes with... I mean, in the picture, there's antennas. Yeah, 4X Redbird antennas. So there you go, $350 with whatever the hell Redbird antennas are. Is that how Rotor Riot is selling them so cheap? Because they don't have any antennas? I searched for the wrong thing. Oh, god damn it. I mean, they're pictured without antennas. Specs, features, includes. I'll be damned. Wait, no, here. Oh, yeah, no. Recommended accessories. Redbird antennas. Huh. Alright, well, that makes sense. So, if you want Walksnail antennas, buy them from TBS in that little blowout sale they got going on. That's a really good deal. $350 with antennas is great. Dude, thanks for calling that out, Lights Camera Coffee. I did not realize that. That makes an awful lot of sense. Because there was a point where the pricing on the Walksnail goggles just dropped like significantly. It dropped like, I want to say $50 or $60. And if you take the antennas out, yeah, you can sell something, you know, 4 antennas. You remove that from the deal, you can pretty easily drop that price, 40, 50, 60 bucks. Good call, brother. Nate Adams says, had an issue with a 65mm rig, Happymodel F4 Cross, there's your problem. My Happymodel F4 Cross sucks. HDZero Light, Weebleed 702 32,000s, crown frame, quad falls out of the sky slowly about 2 minutes into the flight, turning off temperature protection in Blue Jay fixed half. What do you mean fixed half? What's that mean, Nate? 1 out of 2, 2 out of 2. I've never had this issue on analog. Is the HD VTX helping the ESC reach that higher temperature? Yeah, for sure. The maybe the Happymodel F4 Cross is not the problem, but for the record, I'm not liking my Happymodel F4 Cross AIO. The HDZero Light VTX gets absurdly hot, and it draws an awful lot of juice from the batteries. So I only get, on both of my 65mm setups, which are very similar to your build there, I only get 2 minutes. If I try to push past the 2 minute mark, it falls out of the sky from just the battery going dead. So that might be what you've got going on, but I feel like you would know that because you would see the voltage drop off 3.2, 3.1, 3.0, 2.9. And once you get below 3.3, it'll typically brown the VTX out. So you'll typically lose video and it'll just fall completely out of the sky. So yeah, you're on a 65mm rig with, HDZero, not Walksnail. It's very, I'll bet you it's very, very, very similar. Yeah, you're not gonna get much more than or even 2 minutes. So, I assume that's the issue. So check that next time. Make sure your OSD is on and keep your eye on the battery voltage when that's starting to happen. If you see the battery voltage start to dump 3.5, 3.4, 3.3, yeah, yeah, there's just a lot less runtime. The extra 5 to 6 grams coupled with how much work the VTX is doing to take that 1080 signal and deal with from the camera and you know, process it. Yeah, it just eats the batteries a lot quicker. It's shocking how much, you know, the completely identical rigs, Walksnail rig to this one. I mean, these are like almost completely identical. And this gets over 3 minutes, and this gets under 2 minutes. Like, it's crazy. It's like, yeah, I would never have thought that. Metal Dirtskin says, good to know that no matter what I run, someone will high road me for picking the wrong system. Sorry, dude. It's not personal, I promise. And you know what? Who says what I like is the right thing? You know, I'm just a schmuck. So FPV says, sending donations to your Venmo. Don't forget about that account. Thank you, dude. I don't. Do they? Oh, they send me emails. That's awesome. Hey, Flew the Coop. Thanks for joining the Patreon, brother. Welcome to the Gangly Gang. Much appreciated. It does send me emails. Awesome. Justin So, thank you so much. Let me come in here for the $5 Venmo. Very cool. Yeah, I totally forgot. I put a link to my Venmo over on CiottiFPV.com at some point and just completely forgot that it was there. Thank you, Justin. Very, very cool. Thank you for supporting the utter insanity. Uh, Frank Nicholas says, latest, greatest Walksnail Avatar HD Goggles X, $459 in stock. I don't like VRX modules. And then a link over to Newbie Drone. From what I've seen, I think we all want to wait on the Goggles X. It does not seem like it is a finished product, which, I don't know, most products at this point in the world that are released aren't finished, right? Especially in FPV. God damn. The number of new products that come out in FPV that are obviously not finished is just absurd, and it's been going on for years. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Goggles X, I don't. Every single review I've seen has been like disappointment. So I don't know about Goggles X right now. I can't imagine that they won't update the firmware. I mean, the scariest thing is like the weird issue with like the top plate pinching one of the cables. Like, come on now. The firmware stuff, I have to imagine that they'll fix. But like, I don't know, there's some like physical problems, it seems like, with those goggles that are like, what the hell's going on here? Hopefully it's just that top cover that pinches the one cable, but if there's that, maybe there's something else buried in them. So I don't know. Goggles are so expensive for me. Like, goggles are so expensive that like I have to wait, man. I have to wait like 6 months to a year for a bunch of people to put 100 hours into them to make sure that they're not gonna just be a hot mess. So yeah, I don't know. Frank Nicholas says maybe analog degrades more gracefully. That's actually a great word for it. Yeah, when analog breaks up, it is definitely a more graceful, like, kind of predictable thing that happens. Harmless Adam says this is the new FPV channel. Thank you, dude. I think what you're saying is nice. Pretty sure it is. I don't know. Kevin Sumner says linear to circular polarized has some signal loss, but linear to linear has positional loss, which is when one is vertical and one is horizontal. Yeah, so it's not like you can't necessarily say that like one is better than the other. If you're doing cinematic stuff where you're pretty much right side up all the time with the antenna perfectly vertical the whole time, like the Avatar like the Avata, although I guess you can put that into flip flop mode. But yeah, if the antenna on the quad is going to be vertical all the time and you're going to do cinewhoop stuff, linear is going to perform really, really well. Linear to linear is going to perform really well. If you're going to be flying freestyle, flipping and flopping all over the damn place, you would probably want to go linear and circular polarized. I think what you would want is circular polarized on the quad and then linear on your goggles, if you had a choice of mixing. To finish up that conversation from earlier, Morton Upshot says Skyzone 04L is exactly the same as the 04X. Okay, cool. But with LCOS screens instead of OLED. Gotcha. I had to find a balance point on my skull, though. Frank Nicholas says uncomfortability. God, is that hard to say? With goggles, yeah. Kevin Sumner says Ian had a much less charitable take on the Moonlight kit on his live stream last night. Really? I didn't catch that. Kevin, can you give me like a 1 sentence Cliff Notes version? He did not seem his edited review video of it. There was just an air of disappointment that I kind of picked up on. I'm sure it didn't help that like the ones that he got were overheating like crazy. And Walksnail said like, oh yeah, that's a problem with just the one that we sent you or whatever. I'm sure that really tarnished his opinion of them. Upside says, Sky Zone for our malnutritioned Western faces fits best. Needs more nose padding. Yeah, the fit of goggles is a whole other, just a whole other world to dive into, right? Luckily, with most goggles, there are 1 or 2 additional foam options. And then on Thingiverse, a lot of times there are like wedges that you can print. So usually you can figure out a way to make any set of goggles comfortable on your face, but not always. If you have like a drastically misshapen head. That's just such an awful thing to say. But yeah, if your head is a way different shape than than most, yeah, this conversation is taking a weird turn. Bob Bruce says, the other day I was going to buy a new 1S light kit and saw this moonlight kit and ordered it as well. Couldn't help it. Bob, I'll bet you that within a couple of months, that moonlight kit is awesome. So, yeah, don't have buyer's remorse. Nate Adams says, the 03 is $229 US. I didn't realize it was that cheap. That's great. That makes what I was saying earlier of the 03 being worth the extra money that much more real? I don't know. Frank Nicholas says, Walksnail Goggle VTX comes with no mount at all. What the hell? Really? What is that about? What do they expect you to do with it? What? How is that real? That's insane. That's absolutely insane. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. I guess maybe they're doing that because they're gonna throw their hands up and say, well, we don't know what goggles you have. We don't know. We can't include a mount for Sky Zones, a mount for Fat Shark, a mount for whatever. But the fucking hell you can't. You're gonna sell me something that I have to hang off the front of my goggles. You better fucking give me a way to hang. I guess you could just do it with VHP. But like, the whole point of that module is that you can remove it. If you just want to use your goggles in comfortable mode with analog, you remove the damn thing. Wow, they don't give you any way of mounting them. That's insane. That's ridiculous. Upside says, analog setups in good light or wicked good, looking through one of the tiny whoop cams, but I'm using what works. Hard to tell it apart, to be honest. Yeah, I've done all of this analog camera testing, and like like an hour in, every single time I just throw my hands up and go, they all look like shit. Just get whichever one's lightest. I mean, it's not true. They don't look that. They do look different, but like I never do this analog camera testing and at the end of it go, this one is definitely the best. It's always like, the Newbie Drone BI has a wider field of view and more contrast. The Runcam Nano 3 is the lightest and looks totally fine. The Caddx Ant is shit in low light, but apparently is great during the day. But I'm a vampire and sleep during the light. So yeah. Morton Upshot says, each goggle is different for mounting. I had to 3D print a fan cover replacement, and it hooked to the FRX? What the hell is FRX? That's just your finger slipped. F is next to V. VRX. Frank Nicholas says, Walksnail goggle VTX comes with open holes like the GoPro mount. You have to buy/print your own. That's kind of crazy. Although you said you have to buy your own mount. It sounds like they sell the mounts, and I'm way more okay with that now. So that's great. Technique saying, hey, I think. Upside says, Saltburn is a chick flick. I have no idea what that means, Upside. Brandon's Baked Bean says, they want to sell more Walksnail VTXs, not analog VTXs. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. But for us, like me, for example, like, I shit you not, even though it would be a dumbass purchase, if when the Goggles X were announced and came out and they had an analog VTX built in, VRX built in, I would have bought a set. I would have sold a bunch of shit to pay for it, but I absolutely would have bought a set of Goggles X if they had analog built in. And the fact that these goggle manufacturers don't understand that blows me away. Like, so many people fly tiny whoops. Come on. Like, when the temperatures go down, we literally call it tiny whoop season. How are you not getting this? Like, we literally call winter tiny whoop season. Put a analog VRX in these goddamn things, guys. Come on. What are you doing? Frank Nicholas says, Goggles X, add analog receiver, adds $50 to the price of the goggles. With the extra latency, though, you're talking about for them to sell them. Yeah. Maybe. I mean, you know, the Speedy B VRX is only like $50. So to me, what that means is it costs them $20 max to put for the board and the chipset and stuff like that, right? So charge me $30 more for the Goggles X. I'm down if it's got an analog built in. Hell yeah. You know, they could use it as an excuse to charge $50 more, but maybe not. Upside says, well read. He also says, biggest exclusion from FPV equals goggles. Hawkeye 10.2-inch screen with HDMI out, 190. Yeah, it's so annoying. It's so expensive. Nudge and smiles. I think I have finally figured out how to do the analog to HDMI out thing. I'm going to test it out tomorrow night, actually. They moved the drift car nights from Thursdays to Tuesdays. Guy Curtis says, HDZero VTX was too heavy. The Walksnail VRX is fine, except it blows hot air on your nose, so it's a bit annoying. When I looked them up, they were only 2 grams different. Does it have something to do with the HDZero VRX sitting farther out, maybe, than the Walksnail VRX? Because I mean, that's a part of the a part of the problem is that the VRXs are way the hell out here, so they have like a longer lever to try to pull the goggles off your face. But yeah, when I looked the weights up earlier in the stream, there was only a 2 gram difference between the HDZero VRX and the Walksnail VRX. So could that have been the issue? Or you didn't like the HDZero, you did like the Walksnail. Or was it, placebo's not the right word, but was your brain playing tricks on you and you couldn't justify, because of how much worse the image quality was with HDZero, could your brain not justify the extra weight, and then when you went to the Walksnail, the image quality was so good that your brain was like, yeah, these are comfortable enough. Could it have been that? That's what it would have been for me. Nate Adams says, agree on the cross. I killed it so quick. Really? You killed yours already? Voltage is fine, 3.6-ish. Was testing with gentle cruising. No video loss. It felt like weird voltage sag. Unplug and replug would also fix. I'm going to blame that on the AIO. There's really not... If the voltage doesn't sag, if the voltage is sitting solid at 3.6 and the quad falls out of the air, like, the PID loop's not freaking out, there's just not much that can be other than the AIO being garbage. And, like, I've already seen some really weird stuff with my Happymodel Cross AIO, so I'm just gonna blame I'm kind of taking the easy way out here, but I bet you I'm right. I bet you that Happymodel Cross is the issue. Kevin Sumner says Goggles X version 1.1 is starting to ship according to Mads Tech with the heat mitigations pre-installed. Very cool. Alfaxis says Goggles X. How about Goggles Check? Check mark. Upside, don't spam the chat like that, please. Put everything into one comment. Kevin Sumner says basically one Caddx is totally screwing up reviewers' processes for both. Totally screwing up reviewers' processes for both Moonlight and Goggles X. And 2, 4K mode introduces way too much latency to be reasonable for use on a quad. I thought, I could totally be wrong, but I thought that the Moonlight in 4K mode was roughly the same latency as the O3 system. Kevin Sumner says Ian's... Oh, you're quoting Ian. Oh, okay. Interesting. Maybe not then. Maybe not. Upside says, yeah, big mess. CiottiFPV, add the analog. All right, cool. Finally. Sorry, guys. Lots of great questions. And the Q&A part of these live streams always takes precedence. The most value I can possibly give each one of you individually is answering your questions and answering them fully. So yeah, everything else has to wait for the Q&A to finish. Let's do some giveaways here. If the first, we're gonna do 5 giveaways. Huge thank you to Newbie Drone for doing this. We're gonna do 5 giveaways for my absolute favorite preferred tiny whoop frame, which is the brand new Newbie Drone Cockroach 65 V3. You'll get to choose either the polycarbonate version or the polypropylene version. The weights are there. Get the lighter weight one, in my opinion. It's a gram lighter, which is a really big deal. So yeah, and the heavier one is cooler looking, admittedly, and it is stiffer. The heavier weight one is noticeably stiffer, so you'll be able to run higher PIDs, less filtering maybe, but the lighter weight one is fine. You'll be able to get your PID loop cranked up to the point where there's no prop wash. So yeah, get the lighter one, in my opinion. If you're interested, all you got to do is type a space into the chat starting now. Nobody else type anything, please. Everybody stop in the chat. If you want to win a coupon code for a Newbie Drone Cockroach V3, type space and enter into the chat. I think people on phones will be able to do that. Damn you, Johnny CiottiFPV. All right, everybody else, wait. No, don't type the word space, Blizzard, you bastards. Seriously, just hit the space bar. You guys typing things into the comment messes up the process here. You've got 60 seconds to do that. God damn it, 661 says you can't type space on mobile. Type a period on mobile. It's still gonna mess it up, but it's fine. Type period and then oh, thank you, Brandon, for deleting a couple of those messages. Yeah, you got 60-ish seconds. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. All right, let me. While that's happening, we're gonna do a quick. I stole that from Muddy Car Mods. Go subscribe to their channel. You're going to love it. Quick little last minute order I threw into Tiny Whoop. Two sets of Fireflies. I moved the Fireflies over to the Walksnail Freestyle setup, and I really like them on here. But I also really like them on the analog setup. So I snagged another set for the analog setup, and then I am certain that when I really start flying this, I'm going to just annihilate these motors because this rig has got the extra 6 grams of Walksnail, so I got another set as backups. I almost got 3 of these because I know I'm going to go through these backups, but that just seemed kind of nuts. I would rather other people be able to get these before they inevitably sell out. So yeah, hopefully this one extra set lasts me a while. I got a 4-pack of the Tiny Whoop 300 mAh folded cell BT 2.0 batteries, just because I'm at the point where some of mine are starting to get a little bit old and tired. And yeah, these are all made at Gens Ace. So wherever you're doing an order, if you need some more of these batteries, just snag some. Technically, I like the Weebleeds the best because the sticker that they put on wraps all the way around and doesn't peel off, but boy is that a nitpicky reason. And then Jesse actually threw in a set of these crazy lightweight HQ up until this point impossible to get prototype propellers. So yeah, very, very cool. Looks like chat has slowed down, so I am going to get this. That's your mailbag. These aren't ultra top secret. These are 603 30,000s. Jesse just happened to have another set, which was amazing because I've loved mine, but I crashed the shit out of them and really pounded on them. So these aren't them, but they're somewhere around here. Yeah, 603 is a really, really, really interesting motor size that I want to try on this guy, actually, with tri-blades. So, yeah. Mega thank you to Jesse for sending these over. All right, cool. Let me get this giveaway going here real quick. And okay. Got this, we got this. All right, it's closed. No more things. Here we go. We're gonna delete all these, and then I'm gonna dump this in. And so we've got everybody here. We're gonna kill this message from Johnny Cat. We'll come back to it. And Blizzard, I'm gonna leave you in there. Do me a favor. There should not be any. Well, hold on. Nope. Yeah, I don't know how to. There's. If I say somebody's name twice, please let me know. Safe Zone FPV, Morton Upshot, Harmless Adam, Justin, Scott FPV, Blizzard, Denzel the Terrible, Mayan Hawk, 661. Pick that out. Bob Noxious, Off Axis, Big J, 661 is on here twice. I just said his name. All right, not applicable. Hendrix Freakazoid, J Spin, Mayan Hawk. I feel like you were on here already, weren't you? Wait, I can do this. There we go. Mayan Hawk. All right, good. I'm going to remove that duplicate. Mayan Hawk. Blizzard FPV. I feel like you were on here as well. Yep, you are. All right. Get you out of here the second time, Blizzard. And then CMYK, 1B, Kevin Sumner. Were you on here twice, Kevin? Nope, you're good. Ohm FPV and Great Scott. Okay, cool. Brandon McBean says he tried to delete 661. That's all good. All right, cool. I think we're good. 661, you're only on here once, right? Yep. All right, good deal. So we're going to submit, and here we go. 5 people are going to win. A bunch of time codes and a bunch of periods are going to win, but that'll be fine. Let's see. Man, most of you guys should win. We're gonna run out of. I feel it. 1149 wins. I feel like we're gonna run out of. Newbie Drone gave me a lot of coupon codes. I feel like at some point we're gonna run out of people for coupon codes. But, I mean, hey, that's okay. Everybody winning is not a terrible thing. Is it going to be 1B? No, it's going to be period. When I click play again, it should remove... Yeah, it did. Didn't remove all the periods. It removed most of the periods, though. Come on. Give me a person this time, randomizer. Please. Please, please, please. Give me a person. Danzilla, did you get your Christmas present yet? That I sent you? Might have just ruined the surprise. All right, we've almost got all of the non-people removed. Every time you hit play again, it removes all the tickets that were... Here we go. Now we'll get a real person. Who's it going to be? It's going to be CMYK. Congrats, brother. CMYK, you have won. For all of you guys, for you and the next 4 people that are about to win, you just got to message me somewhere, anywhere, and I'll send you your code. So I just need to come over here and type CMYK. Oh, I do need your email address, though. So send me a message anywhere. All my contact info is on CiottiFPV.com. Send me a message. Say, yo, Ciotti, I won the frame. Here's my full name and here's my email address, and I'll message you back with your code, and that's it. The way that it works is all right, I'm not gonna do it anymore. The way that it works is it's a coupon code that you drop into Newbie Drone's website that gives you a discount for the price of the frame. So if you just buy the frame, congratulations, Blizzard FPV, you have won, my friends. So if you just buy the frame, you are going to have to also pay shipping. So buy a bunch of other stuff. If you buy enough stuff, you can get to free shipping. And then it will be a completely free frame. But yeah, that's how it works. It's a discount code. Let's see who wins on this one. I'm going to shorten the time up a little bit here. Not applicable. Congratulations, brother. You have won. Hey, also, guys, make sure that you tell me your... make sure you tell me your YouTube name, right? Like, not applicable. If you message me and say, yo, this is John Smith, my email address is johnsmith@johnsmith.com, I only know you as not applicable. So make sure that you guys tell me your YouTube name when you message me. Because I have to put you on this list. That's the... You know, nothing's actually free. Newbie Drone is paying for your email address, right? I know I said I wouldn't do it again, but I couldn't help it. Bob Noxious, congratulations. You have won, my friend. Shoot me a message. I'll hook you up. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. Wow, that is fast. 1150, you have won. Congratulations. J-Spin FPV, you have won. Congrats, brother. J-Spin FPV. No, it's JP Spin. Sorry, brother. All right, cool, guys. Message me your YouTube name, your real name, and your email address, and I will reply back with the coupon code. I guess, in fairness, if you don't want Newbie Drone to have your email address, don't message me. If you message me your email address, I'm going to put it on this sheet, and they're going to have it. They're going to send you an email every week with their special deals and stuff. You can just mark it as spam if you don't want to see it. So, yeah. Thanks for playing, friends. Oh, the t-shirt. Jesus, I almost forgot. Huge shout out to Frank Nicholas for sending over a whole bunch of large and extra large t-shirts. This is a very cool Brain 3D extra large t-shirt. Same as the Super Chat giveaways. It's a $5 Super Chat or PayPal for a ticket to win the t-shirt. Ready? Go. You got 2 minutes. Jesus, it's 11:59. I didn't do a single thing. All right, we'll go long. We'll go long with the stream. I can't not do anything. And this will be a very quick. Frame swap here, so I can probably pull it off. It should be fine. But yeah, if you want to win this shirt, you got to support me. Forced supporting, friends. Denzel the Terrible says, I noticed a shipment on the way. Don't know what it is. Haven't received it yet. So excited now. Yeah, it's a late Christmas present. I meant to ship it at Christmas, and it got like pushed under the desk, and I just found it the other day when I was cleaning up down here. So sorry for the delay, but you'll dig it. Johnny Cat asked a question here. He says, my Happymodel Cross F4 never got past a bench test. ESC2 no ESC number 2 bad right out of the box. Had to make a video for an exchange, but Tiny Whoop made good on it. Good to know. 661 says can't type space on mobile. That's super frustrating. Denzel the Terrible said, oh no, we got that. Kevin Sumner says, I also forgot Walksnail is using stock images on the Moonlight product page, clearly intended to mislead people about what the quality coming out of the air unit is. Oh God. Oh, come on, Walksnail. Don't do that. JP Spin says, message you on where I missed that bit. Go to CiottiFPV.com. Up on the top, there's a million different ways you can contact me. Instagram, Facebook, email, Discord, smoke signals. David Ciotti with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Dad. Denzel the Terrible with a 15 Canadian Calif. Oh, yeah, you can do multiple. If you really want the shirt, you can do multiple tickets. $10 gets you 2 tickets. 15 gets you 3. On and on and on and on and on. Denzel the Terrible with a 15 Canadian California dollar super chat. So he's going to go on the wheel 2 times. Let me get that going. You guys have 1 more minute. 1 more minute to get in on the t-shirt. I need to reset this. Yeah. Okay, cool. So my dad wants the very cool 3D printer shirt, Brain 3D shirt rather, and then Denzel the Terrible, you're going on here twice, and then my dad did another $5 super chat. Thank you. So he's going on here twice. So it's going to be 50-50, almost. PayPal's getting in on it. PayPal, nope. Jackalope's getting in on it. Good God. I am brain dead tonight. Yeah. Sorry, guys. You can do a super chat or a PayPal. Either or. Super chat or PayPal. Wesley Clark, I see your email. Jackalope with a $5 PayPal. He says sometimes it dangles, sometimes it. What he meant to say is sometimes it dangles, sometimes it wangles, but spell check got him, and so what I get is sometimes it dangles, sometimes it wingless. Jackalope. Thank you, brother. Sometimes it wingless. Just looks ridiculous. Bob Noxious with a $10 super chat. He says 2 for 10. Indeed. Thank you, brother. All right, cool. You guys got like 10 more seconds. Bob Noxious, you're going on there 2 times. And Jackalope says, damn you, spell check. All right, cool. Let's do it. Yeah, thank you, Morton. Click the YouTube buttons. Thumbs up, the subscribe, the bell, all that good stuff. Let's see who wins. You get the goat no matter what on this one. Danzil the Terrible has won. Congratulations, brother. You get the very cool Brain 3D t-shirt. Let me just leave myself a note here. I'm sure that I have your address. Oh, wait, no. That's right. I took these excellent old... I forgot that I had these. These are absolutely perfect for shipping these t-shirts out. Anybody that... Hey, also, anybody that wins... Like, if I'm ever shipping you guys something, if there's something else that I might have that you need, or if there's something that, you know, I've been selling, like on my Etsy store or whatever, stickers, shit like that, hardware... or if there's just something really random that you need, tell me. Ask me if I have it. And if I do, if it's something of value, I'll tell you how much you owe me for it. But otherwise, I'll probably just throw it in. But yeah, these bags are perfect for shipping these t-shirts out. I just need to write Dan. Oh, nope, I don't want to write there. That is going to wipe off. Is that going to wipe off? There we go. Danzilla. Awesome. You're good, brother. I'm certain that I have your address. If there's anything else that you want or need, just let me know. Speaking of, I do have some random stuff here that you guys might want. Hey, I still need... There's a chance I have a message some... Oh, no, I got it. We're good. Hey, who was it that that had the QAVS with the split top plate that couldn't find a replacement split top plate? Slash, if you have a QAVS with the split top plate, I have an extra, thanks to Frank Nicholas. Message me and we'll figure it out. So yeah, I have this. I also have, again, courtesy of Frank, this our Charlance 6-in-1 charger. This is such a specific charger. Someone absolutely needs this. And so message me if you do. This is a charger with these ports on it. Someone absolutely needs this little charger right here. I don't know who it is. Whoever it is, what are you doing? Why are you still using JST plugs? But yeah, if somebody's gonna need this. Somebody really needs this charger. 6 to 20 volt input, USB output. It's kind of worth it just for the USB output. But like, it doesn't have any of the current. Is MCPX, I think this is the same as PH 2.0. I'm gonna check it right now. Also, I have a bag of PH 2.0 batteries. If you are still running PH 2.0, let me know. Okay, so this is a PH 2.0 charger. Never mind. Well, if you really need this charger for the JST and the Molex and the smaller style PH 2.0, message me. Otherwise, I know exactly where this charger is going. So yeah, if you need it for the PH 2.0, no. It's not for you. You have to need it for the JST or the other wacky leads. If you're still on PH 2.0 though, I have a whole bunch of batteries that Frank Nicholas sent over that, yeah, I'll just basically give you a whole bunch of, just to get them into the homes of people that can use them. Not applicable says, how much for your prop popper? $1,000. That's what it's worth. Seriously. I don't think I would sell my prop popper for $100. I might sell it for $200. It's just that useful. Put an eBay alert, not an eBay alert. Put an out of stock alert on the prop popper on tinywhoop.com. They are so good. Frank Nicholas says the split top QAVS top plate should be for one. Yep. I have the whole frame. Should have been in the same Ziploc bag. Yep, I got it. I put this on my desk. I've been trying to remember for like 2 weeks now to mention it because I remember at the end of the year last year somebody was like, "Yo, Ciotti, do you know anyone that sells the split top plate? I just broke mine and I'm desperate for one." And I didn't have an answer, and I felt terrible. And then all of a sudden now, I do have an answer. So yeah, I'm gonna, in case you were wondering, Frank, I'm gonna move that build over to a solid top plate version of the QAVS, so that this split top plate frame can go to somebody that already has a build with it. Off Axis says I still use PH 2.0. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Message me. I will not remember. Off Axis. Message me, and yeah, I'll hook you up for sure. 661 says straight out of 2017. Yeah, indeed. My dad's going to bed. Everybody say goodnight to my dad. Thanks for hanging, Dad. Okay, we did mailbag. Hold on, I need to close this. Congratulations to everybody that won. Thank you for the support, friends. Mailbag, we didn't fly our 6 batteries. We'll just pretend like we did. Actually, no, I'll just take it out of the title. Okay, there we go. Perfect. let's reframe this. Let's reframe this one. Oh, come on. Logitech. I gotta zoom in like that. Oh, now your software is being all slow. All right, let's give it. We'll give it a minute. The quality will drastically improve any second now. So yeah, this is this is no good. Let's get it the hell out of this carbon fiber frame so that it's so that it performs a lot better and is a lot lighter, and yeah, we can actually fly this thing around, because this configuration here does not really make a lot of sense. It doesn't really do anything all that well. So if we put it into a plastic frame, it'll make more power, it'll have more efficiency, all the good things. So let's do that. All right. Kind of a shame to do that. I was going to I was gonna swap this over into another one of the smaller 65 frames, but that is less. I would rather move this into the I would rather move this into the so in doing that, moving this over to the 65 frame, what I would be doing is building a backup RC car chasing rig. There is no money yet in chasing the RC cars, so and that tends to be the point where I will build a backup rig. So until I get hopefully hired to cover live fly or whatever, one like a bigger RC drift championship thing somewhere, which I know that there are. I've begun to find these people. Yeah, I'm not gonna build a second rig. So yeah, I would rather move this over into the Mobula7 V4 frame and fly this thing outside with some good thrust and some good durability to see what it's like. You know, the extra, I think I'm not gonna dig it. The 65 millimeter freestyle Walksnail setup is shockingly good because it's on those 36,000 kV motors, and they're super lightweight. Once I did this 75 millimeter build, and this is I actually had it in the plastic frame initially, but I wasn't able to fly it. It gains a lot of weight, and yeah, it's tough. God, I hate this camera mounting setup. It's just so goddamn frustrating. There has to be a better way. There has to be a better way to mount the camera. This is just absurd. Come on, man. All right. All right, there's one notch. Well, no, there's half of a notch. Now I have to push it out in this direction. No, there we go. There we go. There's one notch. All right, now I got to get the other notch. Oh my God. I'm very close to just cutting this. Very close to just cutting this, but just be as patient as I possibly can. Not something that I'm great at, but I'm trying, man. I try to be a little bit better every day. Some days I'm way worse, but every once in a while I'm better than the day before. Come on, you fuck. Come on, man. Get fucking through there. They should send you 10 of these things with these frame kits and just specifically say, like, these are one-time use. I do have a couple of extras. I don't think I can get this. And I do have a couple of extras, so I think I'm going to have to cut this. Try one more thing here. Now, if I keep doing that, I'm going to stab myself for sure. Yeah, I can't get it, so I'm just going to have to cut it. All right, camera is free. Well, I mean, since I've already cut it, I might as well cut it up here too. Okay, camera is free. AIO and VTX are free as well. All right, so now the big question becomes, do I have hardware that is long enough for the plastic frame and the grommets that I have chosen to use on this? So let's pull this M2 hardware out. The hardware that you need for the plastic frames is either M1.2. Wait, no, it is M1.2. For the plastic frames, you need M1.2. For the carbon fiber frames, you need M1.7, but that doesn't really matter. Okay, so I need to get this camera. I had run this camera cable in between these two boards. Oh, that's funny. These these rubber grommets being pushed up against one another, they've like glued themselves together, even though I didn't put any glue in there. That's funny. All right, now there we go. All right, cool. So we need to reroute this MIPI up top here. Okay, good to go. So here is... Oh, and I'm going to need to change these motors. Well, I'll leave these motors alone for right now. Oh, nice. Okay, I already have one of these cameras in one of these canopies, but it doesn't look like I clearanced... Did I clearance this canopy? Maybe I did. Maybe I did clearance this. I did. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so we are just going to pop this MIPI off. Hold on. Is it glued down? No, it's not glued down. I'm just not digging in there enough. There we go. Okay, awesome. All right, so we're going to pop that guy off. Yeah, these motors are going to have to get changed, but that's okay. These are not high enough kV. These 25,000s. This needs 27,000s. I'm also going to test this thing like crazy on the Flywoo 1002 23,500. So yeah, once we get this thing built, we're going to start off with these snowblower motors that are not going to make enough power. And then we're going to move it to the iGal 0802 27,000s, which will definitely be better. Why is this? There we go. There we go. All right. Jesus, Logitech. Get it together. Yeah, so I'll start off on these motors, and then we'll go to the purple iGal motors, and then we'll also go to the Flywoo 1002 23,500s. And yeah, we'll just get to see in a full tilt freestyle setting what's the best kind of motor setup. Hopefully one of them makes enough power. I'm you know, when you go to 75, you gain a bunch of extra weight with the frame and the bigger props, and there's a chance that none of these motors are going to quite make enough power, but I'm optimistic that maybe one of them will. If not, we'll just stick with 65. Like, that's fine. The 65mm Walksnail rig flies really decent. Oh, I just noticed this this VRX still has the heat shield on it. Well, the heat shield is pretty heavy. Oh, I really want to remove it. I'm going to have to go out into the garage to remove it, though. And this is fully built. I'm not going to remove it. I'm going to leave it on there. It's way safer to leave it on there. And so we'll do all the testing. And if I test all of the motors and this thing still doesn't have the power to weight ratio, I'll pull it back apart and I'll remove that. Heat shield. When you remove the heat shield, the amount of time that it takes for this VRX to overheat when the rig is not flying goes from 30 seconds to 1 minute and 30 seconds. It's brutal. Or the other way around. This current setup with the little heat shield, this thing can sit for 1.5 minutes before it starts to overheat, which is pretty realistic, right? Like you get it, you crash it somewhere, and it takes you 1.5 minutes to get over to it. And that's even on like the lowest output power. These HD VTXs, they get hot not just from the output power, but from the processing, from it sitting there and processing 1080p signal from the camera. So yeah, you can't just like go into pit mode or anything like that to keep that from happening, which is a shame. All right, so here we go. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be fine on the mounting hardware. I believe I have some M1.2 by 12s, which should be long enough. That's the hardware that I used on the 65mm one. And I believe I used basically the same thickness grommets on this one to mount this all up. All right, I need to I'm having a hard time mounting the double stack at once. So let's just get the AIO put down. There we go. And then this guy will just kind of sit up on top here. Okay. There it is. There it is. Okay, great. I'm super curious what the durability is. My main question with these freestyle Walksnail builds. Running this really long hardware down through a double stack, I just can't imagine this being durable. I hope it is. I really hope it is, but I just don't see it. But there's only one way to find out. All right, so I think I hot glued this antenna down. I'm just going to straight remove the hot glue because this antenna is going to be under the canopy. It should be completely fine. So what I do is I run the antenna basically straight back, and then I run the MIPI up under the front of the antenna like this. And because there's like a little bit of extra cable from the MIPI, and then it just sort of, yeah, it eats up a bunch of the extra cable, and then it tucks really nicely under there, and there we have it. So let me go grab that M1.2 hardware. That's how it's going to sit. I think I put that hardware over here. Hang with me for 1 second, guys. Sorry, I forgot about this. Should have had this ready. Okay. Oh no, where the hell is it? Oh, I put it. Did I put it in here? Yeah, there we go. M1.2 by 12. There it is. Okay. You can use M1.2 by 10, but get the by 12s. We want to we want the metal screw to go down as far as possible into the plastic collar, right? The plastic nubs that the grommets ride on. And yeah, M1.2 by 12. It's not too long, I guess, basically. Is what I'm trying to say. Fly High FPV is in the house. What's up, brother? Thanks for coming by. Aaron Mueller says, I took a break from FPV over the summer, and I got the HDZero Mobula7, and I had to update my LRS to 3.3, but to get the Mobula6 to work with 3.3, I had to flash 4.3.1 for the ELRS, and then go to 4.4. Do you still need to flash 4.3.1? With all of this HD stuff, if you want OSD, you have to update Betaflight. It's super annoying, man. Believe me. I absolutely love finding a firmware that works and then just leaving it the hell alone. But yeah, I'm running into that same thing with these Walksnail rigs where I'm being forced to update them just to get the fully functioning OSD. So yeah, you're gonna have to update, my friend. I know it sucks. It's incredibly annoying, but that's FPV. Okay, so I'm actually only gonna use 3 of these because this mount I have cut the front mounting piece off of, so I need one of the Mobula extra long screws for the front mounting post here. What is this guy? Is this one? I think this is one. And then this is one as well. Let's see which is longer. This silver one is longer. I don't know where this came from. I don't know where this silver guy came from, but it is... It's not M1.2, but that's the thing with these plastic frames. Technically, yes, they're... Well, I don't even think that they are threaded. I think it's just that when you drive these screws into them, it just threads into the plastic. So technically, yes, you want to use M1.2, but you can also use M1.4. And I think that's what this is. And this is the same little screw that I used on the 65mm build here. And it's totally fine. So yeah, M1.2 or M1.4. So the way that you need to do this is the front, it depends. Some of these Mobula 6 canopies have a front, like this one. They have a front mounting post there. You see it? Up in front of the camera. I have cut this one off for some reason. And early days, they didn't come with that front mounting point. So in this case, what I need to do is use this screw with a big flat head on it, and just for the front here, which is completely fine. This will work just fine, right? So we put the front one on first, and then we get this guy better situated here. Make sure all these cables are happy and not crossing over one another. And then we set this guy up here. I got these M12 by 12s on eBay. And it, yeah, you can get them like 50, 100, whatever. Okay, so the problem I'm having is the antenna is ever so slightly too long, which somebody was asking about the other day. The solution is to turn the antenna sideways like this and put a little 90-degree bend in the antenna wire, and that will just shorten it up a little bit. No big deal. All right, just put a little 90 in there, and then it'll fit perfectly under the canopy. I just need to get this board back here where it belongs. Okay, there we go. All right, better. Okay. Then we got this rear M1.2 by 12. Let's put this one in first. You want to make sure that you're threading these into the plastic post, not just threading them in between the plastic post and the rubber. So what you do is you just drive them in a little bit and then just pull up on it. And if you're driving it into the plastic post, it'll be nice and strong. You won't be able to pull up on it. Otherwise, you'll pull up like this, and it'll just the screw will just slide right out. That's what this one is trying to do. This one's going in at like a funky angle. It's trying to go in between the rubber and the plastic post, which is actually because this rubber grommet is all pissed off in here. So I just need to... This is fiddly as shit. Like, this is this is not a great way of mounting this second board, but it's kind of the only way. I mean, in terms of getting these things to be lightweight, like, this is kind of it. It would be great if we had a frame with a really long plastic post that would go all the way up here, but boy, that's asking a lot. You know, these frames are molded, so they would have to make like thousands of the damn things. Hopefully eventually we get there, but today, yeah, ain't gonna happen. So just drive that screw in and then just pry up on this to make sure it's actually threaded. And here's the last one. And there it is. And now this should just work. I should just be able to put a battery through this. Let's give it a shot. I always like to push up on the True RC Singularity antenna. That will let you know if it's in there happily or if it's jammed in there. If it's all jammed in there, you want to fix that. You don't want it to be like pushing against the back of the canopy. You want to make sure that it's kind of happily in there rather than, I don't know, I guess angrily in there. And then just kind of take one more trip around with these screws and check that they're tight enough. I would rather them be a little bit too tight because that means that they're engaging more of the plastic post and are going to be a lot stronger. I really do think that this is... I think that this rig right here is not going to be durable. I think I'm going to break this frame pretty quick. So getting these screws nice and tight is going to be really, really important. Still have access to the bind button, which is great. And then we have really good access to the port that that you can offload the DVR to. So yeah, that's a good thing. Wow, that was way easy. I don't feel even a little bit bad about putting this into this frame rather than into the other carbon fiber frame. I didn't the smaller carbon fiber frame, I should say. Fly High says, is anyone coming to the Atlanta Theater Saturday for the Rippies? Wow, it is unbelievable to me how many things in the world of FPV that I just don't even remotely hear about. I had absolutely no idea that that was going on, which is ridiculous because I used to watch FPTV all the damn time. But yeah, shit, I had no idea. Saturday, huh? I feel like there's something on my calendar for... Yeah, god damn it. Yeah, no, I have a party to go to on Saturday at my friend Kurt and Eileen's house. What time is it? Is it maybe during the day? If it's during the day, I might be able to make it. All right. And these motors are surely not going to be spinning the right direction, so we're going to put this thing into Betaflight right away. There it is. Let's get a weight, though. I'm dying to see what this weighs. So this is perfect. These are basically the lightest weight motors that you would really want to run on the 1.6-inch propellers. And then this is really, these both represent the lightest possible setups of Walksnail rigs when it comes to like running off the shelf parts and having something that's got good power and good durability. So this is exciting. 65 millimeter build, 25.05 grams. Call it 25 grams even. 75 millimeter freestyle build. Wow, 31.5. Good God. 31.5 versus 25. 6.5 extra grams just to go up to 75. But, and that's without the battery. Watch this. This is really where it goes nuts. Which is that it's kind of an unfair comparison, but the all-up weight on the 65 millimeter build is 33.5 grams. The all-up weight on the 75 build is 44 grams, right? So it gets even worse when you put a big battery in, but the bigger battery is going to give this thing significantly more runtime than this guy. As I always say, just buy more batteries. Sort of. This is the Jungle Gym Walksnail rig, and this is the indoor Walksnail rig. I'm going to fly this indoor in a second, and it's going to be a mess. Flying this inside is an absolute blast. So, different jobs. Flying outside, you want more runtime. It's going to be farther away. Flying inside, you don't really need the extra runtime. You're 5 feet away. If you run the battery all the way down, you walk 5 feet, you pick it up, you swap it out. So, yeah, kind of makes sense. But let's get this thing up in the air real quick. And I can start complaining about how heavy it is. Tokyo, hold on. Let me move some shit around here real quick. Tokyo Dom says, put the flight controller between the battery tray and the regular flight controller mounting spot. Gives more room between the flight controller and the VTX. What? Put the flight controller between the battery tray and the regular flight controller mounting spot. There's really no way to do that. I think maybe you're talking about, you're thinking about the cockroach frame, the newbie drone cockroach frame. They do something really cool. They put mounting posts on the top and on the bottom. This is the Mobula7 V4 frame, and it does not. Newbie drone are the only ones that do that. There is a cockroach 75 frame where I might be able to do that. I've looked at doing that for ages. The problem is when you do that, on that frame at least, the battery has nowhere to go. The battery will smash right into the USB port. So yeah, no way to do that on this frame. I love that idea though. I've always wanted to do that idea. I've actually talked to Kelvin at Newbie Drone about that. And I've also talked to Spetsy about it. He didn't seem interested. More recently, I actually talked to Dax about it. And yeah, we're still kind of talking. We're figuring that out. Gives more room between flight controller and the VTX and ensures the VTX is in a cocoon between the ducts, but need to remove motor plugs. Oh yeah, well, oh yeah, right. The motor plugs would smash in there. If there were mounting posts, yeah, that would be really cool. But yeah, there's no mounting posts to do it. There'd be no way to like solidly mount the AIO. Wow, that would be tight. I don't even know how you would get it in there. Yeah, I don't know how you would get it in there because there's like all kinds of stuff in the way. You could put one corner. Yeah, I don't know how you do that. Tokyo Dawn also says, I put the VTX the other way up, processor facing up. Not much difference in overheating times, maybe 15 to 20 seconds is actually a lot. It will shut down before it wrecks itself anyway. Very true, very true. Yeah, I looked at that too. I looked at flipping it upside down. I decided not to because that would put the UFL for the antenna on the underside. And I run these TrueRC Singularity Ultra Shorts, and so they wouldn't clear. I would have to use like a regular linear style antenna, which I typically don't do because I always want to. On digital systems, I always try to run really good antennas to keep the latency under control, because the latency does kind of bother me on all of the digital HD systems. I think because I fly so much analog. This front screw head is not super happy with life right now. Hold on one second, guys. And then we'll get this thing into Betaflight. There we go. That's much better. Okay. I think that'll be fine. I hope that'll be fine. Upside says, so the offset battery to the side, 65X mount, allows the power cable to run free? Offset battery to the side. Do you mean offset battery cable, maybe? 65X mount? I'm not sure what the 65X mount is. Tokyo Dom also says, my 75mm is 27.0 grams, all off-the-shelf props. Love my 65mm, but there's no doubt that 75mm has more power and better flight times. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. It's just flying in the house. We don't necessarily need the extra power. I mean, just the 75mm rigs in the house are like bulls in China shops. They're just so heavy. They're going to, there's a much better chance of them wrecking your personal belongings or the people you live with's personal belongings. And I'm not a good enough pilot to keep the 75s under control in the small spaces. It's just they're just way too heavy. Morton Upshot says, are you putting tri-blades on that 65? I tried tri-blades on it, and as always, I just hated them. I just do not like the way that tri-blades fly for freestyle stuff. They have too much grip. Like they don't want to slide around. So when I'm inverted and whatnot, they just like stop. It drives me crazy. Tokyo Dam says, no, it's the V4 Mobula7 frame. You can fit the flight controller underneath. How the hell would you do that? Like, how it would just bounce around. How would you secure it? You did mention you'd have to pull the motor plugs and direct solder the motors, which is an absolute no-go for me. I absolutely hate that. I've done it before. It's just a nightmare. I fly these things really hard and really crash them and beat the shit out of the motors. So for me, the whole direct soldering the motors thing is a total deal breaker. So it kind of doesn't matter. But I am very curious how the hell you would secure the flight controller down there, because there's just nothing. Are you like VHBing it to the frame or something like that? Like, are you hard mounting it to the frame? That's wild. I can't picture it. I'm looking at it and I just can't picture it at all. I'll say this. I can't picture it and still picture getting like good flight performance. Like, I can picture a way to just cram it in there. But to get a good tune and really good flight performance, you got to have that flight controller like on grommets, soft mounted, so it can have some vibration isolation. Let me guess. You're putting the grommets there, and then you're just ramming screws down through the grommets into the base of the of the post. That's how you're doing it, aren't you? That's pretty clever. That's pretty clever. It looks like the USB port would come up into the battery tray area, though. Like I said, for me, it's a hard no, because you'd have to remove the battery plugs, because I can see they would hit the battery tray. But that's cool, man. Damn, that's very cool. Ah, there it is. Yeah, yeah. Run a hot needle through the base of the mounting post. Yeah, 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 yeah. Very cool. That's super slick, man. That is innovation. Is that the word? That's very cool. I like that a lot. No chance in hell that I'm gonna do it, but I do like that a lot, man. That's very cool. All right, let's get these motors spinning the right direction, and let's put this up in the air real quick. We're not gonna do our 6 batteries a day, but we're gonna do at least one quick test flight here. Where the hell's Betaflight? There it is. Upside says, so the last Ciotti stream we learned the battery tray was offset 65x frames, which would help the power connector not get squished. Oh, okay. Yes. Yes. It's not a big deal. The long and short of it is that the frames really don't have a front and back. But technically, yes, they do. Put the arrow facing rearwards, and it's just going to make your life a little bit easier putting a... if you've done the 180 degree bend BT 2.0 setup that I do, then it's going to make your life easy. If you don't do that and you have a regular old BT 2.0, it doesn't matter at all. So yeah, there's that. Motor direction, here we go. Please don't go full throttle. Oh god, it went full throttle. Jesus. God. All right, let's try that again. Yikes. Poor battery. Just got the shit kicked out of it. It usually doesn't do it twice in a row. Hey! My god, is that creepy. For the record, that is a Betaflight 4.4.3 bug that they have fixed. I just have not updated this particular AIO. It's done it so much that like I expect it at this point. Which is a good thing. You for your own good, you want, when you use that motor direction wizard, you want to expect it to go full throttle. And that way you'll be holding the thing nice and tight, and if it does happen, it doesn't go flailing across the desk. Because you have to unplug the battery. I unplugged the USB, I hit stop motors, and I unplugged the USB, and it kept going. You have to unplug the battery. It like fully locks it in full throttle mode. Let me erase the black box, just for the sake of it, since I'm here. And... away we will go. There we go. Okay, cool. Pull the battery, and let me really quickly check the throttle midpoint, 38, 50. Yeah, it's fine, close enough. All right. Let's get this thing in the air real quick and see how it is. Should be noticeably better than it was in the shitty-ass carbon fiber frame. I think this might be on... is this the one that's on ELRS 3, I wonder? I actually need to do this and this. Okay. So that should pick up the Walksnail goggles. Let's check it though. All right, this is gonna be the last thing we're doing, friends. So if you're getting sleepy, but you'll be damned if you bail before the end of the stream, you've got some. This, yeah, I won't keep you for that much longer. Game capture HD60 plus. No, not yet. Hey, there we go. Okay, so that should pop up in a second with the Walksnail OSD. And let's get this transmitter turned on real quick. I'm going to plug in a battery outside this thing. I'm 99% sure that I'm going to have to switch the module to the 3.0 module that I have, but just for the sake of trying, I'll leave this one in. Where the hell is that other module? Oh, right here. Yeah, this is the one on the newer module. All right, hold on. Okay. There we go. All right. And why am I not getting the Walksnail readout here? What's happening? This is coming up through here. This is going through here. What the hell? Why is this? Everything's plugged in. Was that not plugged in all the way, maybe? Hold on. There we go. What the hell? Oh, come on now. Really? What? Oops. What did I hit? The record button? Oh, man. What? Why would it... Why would it just not work? What the fuck? This has worked every single time. I mean, there's like nothing I can do. It's just a capture card. It like either works or it doesn't. And the black box means that the capture card is kind of outputting, but then where the hell's the input? It's this cable. And this cable is plugged in. I'm looking right at it. And then that's going over there. God damn it. I am... You! Come on, man. What the hell? Why? Why does stuff that works Tuesday not work on fucking Wednesday? Why? Why is it like this? Why is everything like this when it comes to computers? What the hell? This is the same cable. This is all exactly the same. What? Oh, Christ. Now it's not even getting the... Okay. I guess this capture card just shit the bed. I don't know. What the hell? Oh, I'm trying to figure it out. Now I have full video. No, and now there's nothing. What the fuck? I mean, did this cable... Did another of these USB-C to HDMI cables shit the bed? Is that what's going on? What the... Like... Oh, man. Oh, God! There it is. Why is it upside down? Oh. Just mounted the camera upside down. Hold on. What was that about? Why was that not working? Oops, hold on. Settings, camera, rotate, whatever. All's well that ends well. Back out of here. Okay, ESC over here. Oh, wait, no, I have to... No, we're good. We're good. All right, it's armed, so now there's some airflow. That was weird, dude. Why was it doing that? Everything involving computers can go to hell forever. Let's see how it is. Okay. I'm gonna guess that I have props on wrong. Morton Upshot thinks Teddy's been peeing on it. Nope, the propellers are on right. Let's go into turtle mode. Okay, apparently it did not remember that I changed the motor direction. That is absolutely maddening. I think that I might need to reverse the motors in ESC configurator, because I think a part of the bug here is that the motor direction wizard just straight up doesn't work. So we're gonna go into ESC configurator. We're gonna connect. I have to turn my transmitter off because FPV is nightmare. We're gonna read settings. BlueJay 0.17, that's fine. So motor 1, we're gonna go to normal. Motor 3, we're gonna go to normal. We're gonna write settings. And now we should be fine. Oh look, this is all defaulted. I've never actually been in here. So we're gonna turn on brake on stop. We're going to turn the beacon delay down to 2 minutes. We're going to turn the beacon strength up. And we're going to stop mucking around with things there. Rate those settings. Okay. It's the version of Betaflight with the weird problem where it goes full throttle when you try to do the thing. Okay, here we go. Why are more people jumping into the stream over the last, like, 10 minutes? Isn't it late where you guys are? It's 1 a.m. here. Should I be doing live streams from, like, 1 a.m. Eastern to 3 a.m. Eastern? Is that what I'm seeing here? I'm super weirded out that these goggles were not outputting video for some reason. That's really annoying. It's the cable, isn't it? Son of a bitch. It's another one of these cables. Oh god, that VTX is getting hot. Let me get it armed. Come on, arm. Come on. Connect. You shit, connect. Come on, ELRS. Go. ELRS, please. Oh my god. ELRS, please, come on. What are you doing? What? Why? Oh. It's my bad. My fault. My bad. User error. Come on, ELRS. I just hit the right button. Oh, now it's in fucking Wi-Fi mode, isn't it? Yep. For the record, blowing in the top of this thing on the VRX cools it down really fast. It works, like, unreasonably well. I have multiple fans, Mothi, but I'm trying to do this quick because I don't want to make you guys wait forever. Alright, we'll be good now. Now I'm all weirded out that this cable is going to drop the link again. Oh, come on. What the fuck, man? Why? Alright, that motor's correct. No, it's not. Oh, god damn it. All the motors are wrong. Jesus Christ. Hold on. Turtle mode. Motor 1. Wrong. Motor 2. Right. Motor 3. Wrong. What the hell? Why? Motor 4. Wrong. What? What is happening? Apparently, I don't know clockwise from counterclockwise, I guess. I don't know. I've done this 7,000-8,000 times now. I don't understand how I could have gotten this so fucked up. What the hell? This was a working rig 10 minutes ago. Not 10 minutes ago. Half an hour ago. Alright, we're going to do this like we're 4 years old. Motor 1 is wrong. Why is it wrong? I just reversed it. Motor 2 is correct. Motor 3 is wrong. Why is it wrong? Motor 4 is wrong. Why is it wrong? What is happening? What in the hell? Motors 1, 3, and 4 are wrong. Okay. Motor 1, reversed. Motor 3, reversed. Motor 4, reversed. Right settings. I swear to God. Oh, this is on 96 kilohertz. That's not good. That's nasty, nasty, nasty. Maybe that's why this thing was... No, I wasn't... Now, for freestyle, that's nasty. For what I was doing with it, which was cinematic stuff, that's actually not the end of the world. These are AX5, so we're going to flash... Hold on. Reversed, normal, reversed, reversed. Okay. Flash all ESCs, Blue Jay... 0.17, 48 is what we want. Flash. At some point, I'll put this onto Blue Jay 0.16, but I could not get the file for flashing. What the fuck do you mean? What do you mean you couldn't get the file for flashing? Get the fucking file for flashing. What are you kidding me? What? Is this real life? I might have this file. AX5, this is the one that these use. Hold on, let me unplug the power from this. AX5, hold on. Well, alright, so here's how you do Blue Jay 0.16, which is the good Blue Jay that you want. I'm putting the link into the chat right now. I've shown this on streams before. There's the link. You come here. What did I just say it was? Was it AX5? And you find the specific one. So, oh no, is there no AX? Why are there no AXs? AH, AL. What the hell? Let's do a find. A underscore X. What? Where's the find now? What the fuck? Oh god damn it! Come on. Jesus Christ. A underscore X. Oh, what? What the fuck is happening here? That's what it was, right? Yeah, AX5. What? What? This is the same goddamn AIO that I... What the hell is going on right now? Where's the other... Oh my god. BetaFPV, I'm gonna just light you on fire. Are you kidding me? BetaFPV sells a cross AIO that the ESC built in, you can't... There are no Will there ever be a day that FPV is not the absolute biggest nightmare on Earth? This is AX5 too. What the hell? I have BlueJay 0.18 on it. Oh, okay. So I guess AX... Wow, okay. Alright, well... I didn't remember that, but that's... I guess we're going BlueJay 0.18. I guess the AX... FETs or processors or whatever the hell that designates came out after BlueJay 0.16. That's a shame because BlueJay 0.16 is better than 0.17, 0.18, and 0.20. 0.20 would be blowing up ESCs. All right, so we're gonna. It looks like there's not a version of this AX5 for 0.17, so we are going to flash all. It looks like we're gonna have to go to 0.18 in order to get anything. Okay, yeah, so interesting. Damn, okay. Wow. This is why people quit. Tokyo Dom says the heat sensor in that Artosyn chip get your blowing through to that. What? The heat sensor is in that Artosyn chip. Get your blowing through to that chip if you want to cool it down. Got it. And I guess I've got this thing oriented where the Artosyn chip is in between the flight controller and the VTX. I didn't know that. It's a good call. Nate Adams says, live in New York and have a 1-year-old, normally watching the replay of the stream at this time. Gotcha. Nate Adams also says, is that the BetaFPV AIO? It is indeed. This feels like deja vu for what I went through on Monday when replacing my Happymodel F4 Cross with the BetaFPV Cross. Had to get a BlueJay hex of BetaFPV. Thank you, Morton Upshot. Reverse normal, reverse, reverse. It looks like it's remembering those, which is kind of cool. We'll see in a second when it flashes the 4th ESC. Nate Adams says BetaFPV has 0.17 BlueJay hex I found through PyroDrone. Nice. It looks like it's you can get a 0.17 hex. I have not really noticed the difference between 0.17 and 0.18. 0.16 has fixed a bunch of AIOs and ESCs for me. 0.17 and 0.18 have been fine on most, other than the ones that it hasn't been fine on. I have had the other BetaFPV Cross AIO running on 0.18 from the, for a while, and it's been totally fine. So I think 0.18 is okay. All right, let's... wait, did I reverse these? I don't remember now. Hold on.
Welcome to OpenTX.
I'm just gonna plug a battery in and just put it into turtle mode and see what happens. Hold on. I've completely lost track of if I updated it first or if I need to. I've lost track of everything. Now at one arm. Why? There it goes. Nope, it's still all fucked up. Motor 1. Wrong. Motor 2. Wrong. Motor 3. Wrong. What? How are they all wrong? What? Motor 1. Wrong. Motor... Wait. No. Motor 1 is right. Motor 2 is right. Right. Turtle mode pushes down. Right. Got it. We're good. It's fine. Jesus Christ, guys. It's nowhere near as frustrating to do this stuff like when you're not trying to rush through it to, put a good live stream out there. I will say that. It's still frustrating though, man. Like, Super frustrating. God damn. Can't something just work from time to time? Jesus, look at this VT. I give up. Fuck, why? What are you doing? What the hell is going on? This was a working rig. What is happening? God damn it. It is the propellers. How did I... What? There's one propeller on wrong. Wait a second. No, there's not. It's fine. What is happening? Out, 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 out. The propellers are fine. The board orientation can't be wrong because it was a working rig a half an hour ago. All 4 motors in turtle mode are producing upwards thrust. What the fuck is going on? Yeah, the board orientation is right. It's very slow, though. Why is there so much of a delay? What the hell is going on here? Oh. Did I have this set up for props in? That's the only thing it could be. Fuck you. Oh God! This is what I get. This is what I get. This is it. This is why I don't. Oh. Quicksilver would not have helped this at all. And Quicksilver is not better. Betaflight is better. Unequivocally. God damn it. Kiss would have made this situation way worse. Kiss is a nightmare. Alright. Jesus Christ. This is the problem with having some rigs that are props in, some rigs that are props out. For the record. Let's try this again! God damn it. Wow! How amazing! Look, the bat. Whoa, what? Whoa, what is happening? Something ain't right. Well, now it's fine. What the hell? There was like a mega delay. There was a huge delay. Wow, it feel. Hold on, there's something's going on. Well, the battery's dead, so let's fix that. It something ain't right. It feels like there's maybe a ton of latency or something like that, but the latency was only showing 30 milliseconds. Something's going on. Hold on. It flies, though. Christ. My God. Alright. Oh, wow. One of my... Oh, there we go. Wow, that's better. I must have hit one of the adjustment things on the goggles. All right. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. No. It's doing this weird like notchiness thing, almost like it's going into like micro failsafes. Tune is completely fine. Yeah, there it was. See it? You see the notchiness every once in a while? That's the control link doing that. Woo, boy. Wow, it's fat. Oh, boy. Hey. All right. man, is this better than it was in the carbon fiber frame. It feels so much lighter. Oh, come on now. And look, there's almost no duct in view. I have this super low up tilt, and there's very little duct in view. Oh boy. Yeah, this is an outdoor rig. Oh, you know what also, the other thing that's going on, where's my throttle? I bet you my throttle expo. No, it's about right. Hold on. What am I cruising around at? 34. Man, it's so heavy. 47, 46. Yeah, no, the throttle expo is way wrong. So we're going to go into profile, and then we're going to go into rates, and we're going to go to the very bottom, and the throttle mid needs to go up quite a bit. We're going to go all the way up to 42. That should help with the lack of... Oh, yeah, that's way better on the throttle. All right. And it hasn't done that weird little micro failsafe thing, so let's just keep going. Oh, boy, it is so heavy. It is so heavy. Trying to fly this around with the horizon flat is incredibly challenging. Wow, yeah, jeez. Okay. That is, yeah, fat rigs are no good in tight spaces. But let's keep going. Oh, man, you gotta... Oh, Jesus. You gotta just, like, put so much roll in to get it to turn. Look at that slide. Look how much it's sliding. Look at that. Oh, my God. Look at that. Oh, Jesus, it's so fucking heavy. Yeah. All right. Look at this runtime, though. 2 minutes 20 already, and like, all kinds of weird shenanigans going on. Battery's at 3.5, though. It's time to bring it back. Although, I might be able to run these 450s down a little bit more. Bouncing back to 3.6. Oh, it's all the way back up to 3.7 now. Yeah, I can run these no, I won't. I won't. Interesting. So, yeah, for jungle gym bashing, this is gonna be much more realistic. This is, as in my opinion, as all 75s are, this is not an indoor rig. This is a super safe outdoor rig. Let's keep going though. I have another couple batteries charged. Maybe we will get our 6 batteries in today. Now we're gonna get 4 in. I have 4 of these 450s. Harmless Adam says, why is the RSSI so low? Well, that would explain why I'm getting micro failsafes. I mean, I only have this on 50 milliwatts, but it's like 5 feet away, so that should be no problem. I wasn't even looking at the RSSI. Oh no, now I've lost video again. Oh yeah, so it's this cable. I have to now try to find another cable on Amazon. God damn it. I mean, BetaFPV does use this absurd, stupid little piece of wire for the ELRS antenna. So there's a chance that it's not the right length. Oh yeah, look at the RSSI. What the fuck? So that would explain the micro failsafes I'm getting. Unless there's just something really noisy in here on 2.4. Look at the link quality, though. The link quality is great. Whoa, god damn. What the hell? What could be polluting the 2.4 spectrum? I'll put a battery through the other rig on the... Oh, god! On the exact same... AIO. So these motors are underpowered for sure. Not that bad though, but I'm definitely gonna put the 27,000s on. Man, look how much I have to lose the horizon to keep this thing from smacking into stuff. Do you guys notice that? Do you guys notice how much I'm having to rock this thing back and forth on the roll axis compared to everything I do with the 65mm rigs? That's the weight, man. Ah. Well, let's start crashing it. It's gonna get crashed so much harder bouncing around on jungle gyms. So let's get some initial crashing. Really? Come on now, you fuck. Let's get some initial crashes out of the way to just to see what's what. If it breaks inside the house, crashing onto carpet, then it's gonna be just completely useless outside. Whoo, boy. This is tough to fly. Shit. Oh, come on. Ah! Up tilt is not where I expect it to be. There we go. A Ciotti loop for you. Ah! Alright. Ah! Get in there, you jerk! Alright, I'm looking forward to trying this on some different motors. I'm not really doing any jungle gym bashing right now because it's so cold out that it makes the plastic frames super brittle and then they just break like very, very easily. So we're going to test this a bunch inside to figure out what the right motors are. And then, yeah, and then we'll fart around with it outside. So anybody that is lost with what I'm saying about RSSI and link quality, RSSI is basically a measure of how much noise, how high the noise floor is. So that the lower the RSSI, the more garbage is on the 2.4 band. The link quality is a measure of how strong the signal is that's actually being received by the receiver itself. So if you look at the link quality, right, it's like 7/100. It's fine. Like the receiver is receiving a big strong signal because I'm 5 feet away. But the RSSI being really low like this means that it's also receiving a bunch of garbage. It's receiving the signal from the transmitter, but it's also receiving a bunch of junk. And that junk is what's every once in a while giving me these little micro fail-safes. So let's try this. Let's kick the power up on the module, and that should punch the good signal through a little bit harder. Transmitter power, 50 milliwatts. I only have two options, 50 milliwatts and max power. What the fuck? Oh, no, there we go. Let's go up to 250 milliwatts. All right, let's see. Is that any better? Not much. A little bit. A little bit better. Oh, God, just barely. Ah! Tried to get out of there. Couldn't quite make it. Oh, man, it's yeah, these motors don't make nearly enough power for this. But it flies. What the fuck? What? Why? What, turtle mode, you piece of... What are you doing? Why? Why is this life? I'm not totally blown away by the runtime. I thought it would have more runtime than this. Oh, it was all the way under the couch. I couldn't even see it. Harmless Adam says it might be solar winds from the storm yesterday. Jeez. That's crazy. That is wild. If that's what it is, that's pretty nutty. Oh god. Oh god. Yeah, this is brutal, man. This is 75 mil rigs inside are just like so difficult. Not impossible, but like don't do that to yourself. Like make it easier on yourself, not harder on yourself. Yeah, the runtime is not that great. I mean, come on, you fucking asshole. Woo! This is rough. And this is as... Oh, God. This is as light as it's going to be. So, yeah, definitely not an indoor-friendly rig. But we knew that. We know that about 75mm rigs. There's no surprises there. Okay, contrast that with the 65mm rig. If you're still on the fence about whether or not to build a 65 or a 75 for indoor stuff, all right? And this is gonna be the last battery we fly. Oh, and I need to change the. Do I need to change the module? I think I do. Oh wait, no, I don't. Hey, look at that. Cool. Oh, where's the RSSI at on this one? Oh yeah, it's really low. Look at that. Weird. Very weird. Very, very weird. Here we go. Now we're talking. Look at the difference. Like, right away, can you guys see that? Man, what a difference on the sticks. This feels like it's half the latency. Oh my god. I mean, there is always a big difference between the 65s and the 75s. But this is the most drastic. Oh yeah, it's starting to get little micro failsafes. It just did it to me. This is the most drastic difference I've ever felt going between 65 and 75. Man, there is something going on though with ELRS. Oh, what the hell? This thing is... This frame is also starting to get kind of beat up. So this is... Man, I'm having a hard time with the throttle. I think I've got the throttle expo wrong on this. This frame is starting to get beat up, and the ducts are starting to deform. And it is making things more challenging because it's putting more vibes into the gyro, and it's getting all upset. So let me try to figure out which duct it is that's out of round here and straighten it back out real quick before the VTX explodes. Motor 1, fine. 2 is... It's motor 2. Motor 2 is hitting. There we go. Nope, that made it worse. Where is it hitting? It's hitting in there. It's the only thing I don't like about this Weebleed crown frame. Oh, wow, I made it way worse. Alright, bend this outwards. Maybe that'll fix it. Oh, shit, that's way worse. Oh, God. I gotta get some more of the Cockroach 65 frames. The ducts are just... Oh, wait, now, what the hell? Why does this motor have so much resistance? There we go. Got it. Okay. Whoo, boy. Oh, for God's sakes. Oh, and this battery's done already. Talk about no runtime. Jesus. Although, That says 2 minutes and 20 seconds. That's exactly what we just got on the 75mm rig, isn't it? What? That should not be the case. All right. Well, we're gonna test these things back to back more. Maybe Wednesday. Maybe on Whoop Wednesday. Interesting. Interesting. I'm starting to think that. So now that I've got a couple of, all right, so I have flown a couple of hundred batteries on this Walksnail cinematic rig, chasing the little drift cars, and I thought that I was starting to kind of figure out what was what with the Walksnail system. Oh, this module is hot from running at 250. I'm turning it down. Yikes. Good Lord. Yeah, that was kind of a moonshot putting it up at 250. I wanted to see if it would make a difference. Nope, not VTX admin. TX power. There we go. Nope. Not 250. Bring it down. Bring it down. Bring it down. What? What the TX power. No, not max. There we go. 250. Nope, not. Down. There we go. Come down to 50. What? Yes. That's what I want. Press to confirm. Yes. Great. Get out of there. Get. What? Stop. Get out of there. What? Stop. Yes. Confirm. Fuck you. You lose, asshole. See how much you can fuck with me when you don't have power being provided to you. I thought I was starting to figure out the whole Walksnail on Tiny Whoop thing. But now that I'm starting to fly freestyle batteries with Walksnail, I typically I feel like I have a hard time being able to tell additional latency, but I think I'm really starting to notice the latency now that I'm flying freestyle and I'm changing directions and going through gates and whatnot. I need to fly a whole bunch more batteries to really figure that out. But like, because it could be the weight, right? Like adding 6 grams to the ultimate freestyle setup that I have thousands of batteries on. The extra 6 grams is going to change it's going to add latency. The added weight is adding latency, like physical latency, right? You push the stick and it has to accelerate motors and move 6 additional grams. But I feel like there's more than that going on. I feel like I'm really noticing the actual video latency on these Walksnail freestyle setups. And the reason that I say that is that I remember when I went from FR Sky to ELRS on these most powerful I could possibly build Tiny Whoops, probably about a year and a half ago, the difference in latency between FR Sky and ELRS is about the same, maybe a little bit less of a difference in latency between analog and Walksnail. And I absolutely noticed the difference. And I specifically remember that I got a lot better with the lower latency ELRS setup, which makes a lot of sense with Tiny Whoops because things are happening like quick, man. Like everything is shrunken down. They're hauling ass. We're trying to do fucking inverted stuff and Matty flips and power loops through, like 6-foot areas. So yeah. Walksnail might not be the best. I mean, with enough batteries, you can probably adjust to it, but might be a case where, like, when it comes to freestyle tiny whoops, analog is the way. Because of lower latency, because of lower weight, because of all these things, right? And I'm kind of fine with that. That sucks for Rampage, because at Rampage, analog is so noisy. In those concrete bunkers that we fly in there. I was really, really, really hoping that at Rampage this year, I would have a bunch. This is why I've been going so hard on Walksnail on these whoops for the last, like, 6 months. I was hoping that I would have a whole bunch of Walksnail tiny whoops that I could absolutely shred, like we did last year with the analog tiny whoops. But that's starting to, I'm not gonna say fall apart, but it's starting to look a little bit more sketchy, maybe because of the latency. But I need to put way more batteries through these. I definitely need to put more batteries through this rig. I'm probably only about 10 into this, so but I also really need to get this into a newbie drone frame. This has the extra 6 grams, and it's just pummeling this poor frame, and it's knocking these ducts out of round, like, after 2 or 3 crashes, which is just unacceptable. So yeah, this thing is in dire need of the Cockroach 65 V3, which has much, much, much stronger ducts and is basically the same weight. So that'll help a ton. But that won't change the flight characteristics, and the flight characteristics of this thing are confusing at the moment. And I'm starting to maybe think that it's latency. I am, my brain is going 18 different directions right now to try to kind of, like, figure out what the hell I just experienced. But this guy, outside with higher KV 802s or the Flywoo 1002 23,500s, I have a feeling it might be good. We'll see. I can't believe the runtime was so low, though. What the hell is that about? Like, this is a big old 450 mAh battery, and, like, yes, it's significant. You know, this battery has 50% more milliamps than the one on this one, and I think they got the exact same runtime, which is absurd. Like, yes, this is 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 grams heavier, but what is happening here? So yeah, more flying is needed to further figure this out. Maybe 65 is the way with Walksnail. God, would that be weird? But you never know. Let me get caught up on chat, and then I'm going to shut this down. Bob Noxious says, love you, brother. Love you too, dude. Harmless Adam says, just an acronym. KISS sucks regardless. Indeed. Big J says, God, this makes me feel better about some of the messes I've had happen in the past. Yeah, man, life is a complete nightmare. Life is a mess. Just is what it is. Harmless Adam says, why is the RSSI so low? Thank you for calling that out. Interesting that it was just as low on both of these things. I don't think my RSSI around the house here is normally that low. Tokyo Dom says, this is perfect for drift chasing. You can be drifting as you are following them drifting. Yeah, no. So the carbon fiber framed version of this build I built for chasing the RC drift cars, and it sucked. It was really bad. It gave me the extra runtime that I wanted versus the 65mm rig. But it was just way too heavy, and those guys are changing directions all the time, And so, yeah, in terms of tracking those guys like really accurately, like as accurately as I want to, and I can with this thing, it was just, yeah, it was just a no-go. So, yeah, I think last Whoop Wednesday, I showed a bunch of flight footage comparing the two of them, and I mean, it was absolutely night and day. I spent some time with it, getting the throttle midpoint locked in for that frame with these higher kV motors. That's the main reason I had to change the throttle expo midpoint tonight, is that these are only 25,000 kV motors and these are 27,000. That's why I had to go up on the throttle midpoint. So like, yeah, I had this thing as locked in as it was gonna get, and there was just no getting around the weight, like the extra 7, 8, 9, 10 grams versus this. It's just too much. It just makes it too slidey, and then you have to lose the horizon to keep the damn thing under control, and that looks like shit. When you're flying cinematic, you want to have that dead level horizon, and so it just made no sense set up like that. So, but hey, we gave it a try. This being a jungle gym basher should be interesting. This should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Cross your fingers for warmer temperatures, because I'm not going to take this thing out and just demolish it in like 5 crashes because it's 20 degrees out. Harmless Adam says it might be solar winds from the storm yesterday. I hope that's what it is. Jesus, that RSSI was really nasty. And I'm getting micro failsafe 5 feet away. What the hell is that about? Mutterdertson says LQ is like a count of how many good packets come through out of 100, if I understand. Yep, that's exactly what it is. I try to dumb it down to, but yeah, that's actually what's happening. It's counting the packets, so to speak. Apache Smoke says good morning. Yeah, it is late. If Apache Smoke is waking up, that means it's late. Upside says, where do the nice colored frames come from? These are Weebleed FPV crown frames, and they might have just actually released, or they might still be in like pre-release. But yeah, they're over on Weebleed FPV. They're great. They're my second favorite frame. I'm most in love at the moment with the Cockroach 65 V3. It's just stronger. The ducts are just significantly stronger on this, and with how often and hard I crash, that's really, really important. If you don't crash as much, you'll be totally fine with the crown frame. It's really, really nice. Tokyo Dom says lower cost too, and when you're smashing things around, you don't want to be doing it with a $90 VTX and camera. Very, very, very true. Yeah, the Walksnail builds are like almost twice as expensive as the analog builds. So yeah, if you're going to be bashing the shit out of them, especially, I have a feeling that we're going to run into durability issues with the way these are mounted. We'll see. Maybe not. Using these longer M1.2 by 12 screws, it might engage enough of that plastic post where these are completely fine. But an extra 6 grams is a lot on these things. So we'll see. Time will tell. Thanks for hanging out, friends. Here comes a little bit of flying. And I will see you on Whoop Wednesday. And I should have some some fresh RC drift footage this Wednesday for you, because, yeah, I'm going tomorrow night. This is some flying from 2019, which is what was at the beginning of the live stream as well. Oh, you know what? I can just play the rest of the. No, it's almost over. The flight footage from the beginning of the stream is almost over. Here you go, people. Be good. I love you. Be kind to yourselves. Do something nice for yourself tomorrow. Later!